that sounds great. All right. Got it.
You're listening to the Podcast Detroit Network. Visit www.podcastdetroit.com for more information.
The rematch is about to happen. Pro Wrestling Scorecards versus BDR 2. This time we are picking for NXT TakeOver Phoenix as well as the Royal Rumble event. There is so much to get into in talking about all of the matches coming up on this weekend in Arizona. We are going to do that and more as we...
Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready? Woo! You just made the list! Oh, I knew he was gonna do that. I just knew he was gonna do that. He don't need Janetti. Damn! You don't know what hard times are, Daddy. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. It's the man with the rock in cooking. Bulletproof for life, good bout, and good night.
They think they got the answers. I change the questions.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and you are listening to the most inappropriate pro wrestling show in the motherfucking world. You're listening to Breaking Down the Ring. We are your ring crew.
The fucking one and only SMIT.
I'm Z.
Whole fucking Joe. I'm Nick.
And me, the almighty one, Mikey himself. Ladies and gentlemen, on the line for this week's wonderful, spectacular, amazing show to come are the people from the one and only Pro Wrestling Scorecards, Daniel, Dez, and that abominable Jesse. Hey, folks.
What's up, bitches?
Bum, 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 bum.
What's up?
I was like, you guys are quiet. Jesse, you got stage fright?
A little bit.
No. Why do you have stage fright, man? We mock you all the time. You have all the comments on the Periscope video feed. Now you're on air. You get to shit talk with the best of them rather than just in text over Twitter, you internet troll.
I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah, say it to my voice, bitch.
man. Oh, fuck you, Smitty.
Oh, see?
All
Now
right.
you grew some balls.
So here is the deal. I just lost my fucking pen. Here's the deal, everybody. We're making our Pro Wrestling Scorecards picks. If you guys are watching the video feed, you can see that we have these right here. What we're doing is for NXT TakeOver Phoenix as well as the Royal Rumble. If you want to do this yourself as well, see how well you hold up against us, even see how you hold up against your friends. Who's going to be your Royal Rumble champion? Who's going to be your TakeOver champion? Go to @PW Scorecards. That's PWSCORECARDS on Twitter. You can follow them on Patreon as well, patreon.com/PW Scorecards, as well as facebook.com/PW Scorecards. You can download both of those scorecards. But this year for the Rumble, they also did a special one. It is the Royal Rumble entry predictions card. Daniel, I got to ask you, man, what made you want to do this one in addition to every other fucking thing you're doing for this scorecard, this pay-per-view event?
Honestly, I have no fucking idea.
Good answer.
What'd you say now?
It seemed like it could be fun. That's all. I don't know. I'm a glutton for punishment. That's why.
So I have to ask you, there was a tweet posted that sometimes it was like coming up as like 3 different things. Did you get that figured out?
Nope, I have no idea why that's happening. Nobody else has mentioned it other than you. So
I wonder.
I'm hoping that was just a one-off.
Yeah, I wonder if it was an Apple thing then. Well, I was doing it off of my iPad, so I was just printing directly to my printer off of my iPad.
An Apple product just sucks. So,
Kind of like Jesse's picks every fucking month, except for one. He has one good month.
Exactly.
And that was
Of the year.
That was last month actually.
No, it was Rumble. I mean, Survivor Series, November.
That was last month actually, because last month Jesse became the winner for the Pro Wrestling Scorecards Championship. He was number 1, and that's why he's taking on the guy who normally comes in last for us as well, Z.
Oh.
I don't normally come in last.
Second to last.
It's still not last.
It's that last.
I'm
Well,
not
It's
I'm
between
not
him and
as
our-
bad as Jess.
No, you're. I mean, look. Let's be honest. You destroy Jess every time, so I have no worries about this. It does. You could come in dead last, and it's still going to be better than his third place finish. I'm shit talking the fuck out of the Pro Wrestling Scorecards crew right now. No, so that was what was really off kilter. Was like the guy who normally comes in last for you guys is your champion right now. Jesse, how do you feel about that, man? Is that bragging rights for you?
I mean, it is, but it just even caught me by surprise when I saw the final scores. I was like, "Oh shit, this is awesome! This is what winning feels like. This is awesome."
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, I just got my belt today, so
It's not a joke. You really just
I still have yet to see a belt, so I'm just lazy and not gone over to Daniel's house to go pick it up and claim it.
Hey man, maybe you'll see it in Vegas one day soon. Hopefully within the next couple months. So
hopefully.
That being said, let's give a breakdown of who's taking on who. Jess is taking on Z, as we mentioned right off the bat. They were the number 1 scorers for last month's Hell in a Cell? Was last month?
Hell in a Cell was last month.
Last month's Hell in a Cell scorecard. Z was number 1 for us. Jess was number 1 for Pro Wrestling Scorecards. Joe came in second by 1 point. That's all the difference was. Why he lost his belt to Z for 1 point. He's taken on Mario, who couldn't be here due to an inflamed vagina.
My bitch.
I came in.
Scared, scared of the competition.
Hey, look, you already got fucked by me. He can get fucked by the Jew too. So
I came
It's
in.
the Minority Report.
goddamn right.
I came in third, and I'm taking on Ramon, who also could not be here, but he has a real reason. He plays sports, and a game took him over. So I won't make fun of that because he's an athlete. Whatever. Smitty then came in.
Yeah, I mean I don't know about that, but go ahead, continue.
I mean, he sits on the bench. That's fine.
Bitch riders matter too.
Not really. So then Smitty came in fourth, and he's taking on Daniel, who was one of 2 people to win last time we faced each other. The other person is Dez, who came in last for Pro Wrestling Scorecards, and she's taking on now Nick. Originally, it was Orlando Christopher. Orlando Christopher has kind of gone part-time on the show, but Nick has come in to be a full-time host, so Nick is stepping in and last place.
That's right. Your team is only as good as its weakest link, so I'm here to hold that spot.
Also, by the way, Daniel, you drew the short end of this stick. This is an NXT card here.
Remember how much shit he talked last time about the NXT card, and he came in dead fucking last on it?
Yeah, like,
and
horribly.
And you guys destroyed, like, your whole fucking team everyone beat Smitty.
Oh, but what happened when it came down to goddamn SummerSlam?
That's fine, but you're shit talking like you had this NXT
well,
guru.
not SummerSlam, but Survivor
Yeah,
Series.
you always talk saying that he's like the best at NXT, and we all.
I usually am though.
No, not this time. So, obviously, champions advantage to Z and Jess. You guys are going to be going last on every round, correct?
sure.
Or do you want to do something else? Normally, champions advantage is to go final.
I mean, I already
How
got
about you challenge
fine with
yourself?
Yeah, I can wait. That way I can steal some of you guys' answers.
That's the point of the champions
There you
advantage.
go.
All right, so then it's going to be Joe, myself, Smitty, Nick in order for that, then Mario, Ramon, Daniel, and Dez. You guys do you have Mario's and Ramon's answers? Scorecards?
Yeah, I have both of them.
Okay, so we got a bunch of matches to get through, and I'm going to be writing on each one of them just so I can figure it out. And we're going to be flip-flopping which team goes first. So if the first one, we won, so you guys are going to be going first. And then we'll go second, and then we'll start the second match with the first one. And we're, going in order around the table, and it will always end with Z and Jess, and we'll also be talking a little bit about these matches as we are making the picks. Is that good for you guys?
Sounds good.
Goddamn right it's good. So the first match is Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno for NXT TakeOver Phoenix. There are 4 extras: pin, submission, countout, or DQ, match time, bell to bell in minutes, low blow attempt during the match, yes or no, and will there be a Keith Lee interference or distraction, yes or no? So let's kick it off with Mario's picks, and then Joe will go.
All right, Mario has Riddle for the win by pin, 15-minute match time, and yes to both the low blow and the Keith Lee interference.
All right, Joe.
I got Riddle by pin, 8 minutes. Yes to the low blow, no to Keith Lee interference.
All right, up next is Ramon's card.
All right, Ramon has Riddle as well for the win by pin at 16 minutes. And again, yes, for both the low blow and the interference.
All right, I'm next. So I actually have Cassius Ohno going over by pinfall. Match time bell to bell in minutes, I'm going to have at 9. I believe there will be a low blow attempt, and yes to a Keith Lee interference or distraction. Up next is Smitty.
I thought it would be Daniel before me.
Nope, it's you because we're flip-flopping.
Oh, okay.
Idiot.
Your mama.
Can't even get this right.
I have Matt Riddle winning by submission. Match time, better bell, 12 minutes. Yes or low blow attempt during the match, because I don't know if it's going to be successful or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then no to Keith Lee interference or distraction.
Daniel.
I'm going to go with Riddle for the win by pin, only 9 minutes. Yes, low blow, no Keith Lee interference.
All right. Dez.
I have Riddle for the win by pinfall, 13 minutes. Yes for the low blow and no for the interference.
All right, Nick.
Riddle for the win, pinfall, 11 minutes. Yes for the low blow, and yes for Mr. Lee.
All right, Z.
I got Riddle taking it by pinfall, 10-minute match. No to the low blow, yes to Keith Lee.
And Jess.
Riddle winning by pin, 12-minute match. Yes to the low blow, no to Keith Lee interfering.
All right.
Or distracting.
So let me ask you guys a question. So this is all basically stemming off of Matt Riddle coming out at NXT TakeOver War Games 2. Ohno coming out talking shit about him because he was, sick of these new toys that William Regal has. Matt Riddle beats him in 6 seconds. Then they have a match on NXT a couple weeks ago. I think it was the one right before the end of the year that was a good competitive match that Riddle went over on. No, I'm sorry. It was the first one of the year. It was the main event of the first NXT of 2019. So Riddle went over again after a nice competitive match. But Ohno beat his ass at the end of it, to which Keith Lee the next week said, if you really want it, Ohno, show up next week and I'll fight. And Cassius Ohno went over on Keith Lee. Matt Riddle runs out, allegedly unable to compete, and starts wanting to kick Ohno's ass. So that kind of sets up this match here. Is there any... Smitty, we're going to start with you on this. Do you give a fuck about this match? Is this or is this like another throwaway match?
I don't give a fuck. I feel like it's a throwaway match, but they want to build Riddle, and it's like NXT over the last couple months since November has started to follow some of that WWE trope of the last time you appear on television, if you go over your next biggest match, you pretty much drop it.
Mm-hmm.
He went over on Lee. He got one over on Riddle his last 2 appearances.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where my mind is when picking Riddle to go over here.
Jesse, in picking this match or even just the thought of this match, how invested are you into the opening match of NXT? Knowing how well that NXT normally pulls off every match on their card.
I mean, I'm not really invested in NXT at all. I keep getting told by Daniel, like, oh, you got to rewatch the pay-per-view. Never get a chance to rewatch pay-per-view. But
you're a bitch.
in this case, I
You're my
clearly,
bitch.
I should watch it just so I can, follow along with the scorecard and everything. But yeah, I honestly don't care.
So, like, NXT nothing ever intrigues you? Like, it's literally the best brand of WWE is putting out right now.
Yeah, I know. And then every single time I've actually watched a pay-per-view, it's been really good. And so I don't know why I just don't watch it. I just don't watch it.
That's because you're a bitch.
Don't worry, Smitty
You guys
watches
ever
it.
notice that Smitty talking shit's like a 12-year-old? He just sits there and says swear words trying to offend you.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Hey, but it works.
Not really. So, Daniel, since you're trying to put Jesse over on this, what is your thought process and expectations on this match?
You know what? I feel like I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Riddle, honestly. I feel like the original match is kind of shoehorned into Survivor Series.
How don't you like
I feel like
the bros?
I have a hatred for people who don't wear shoes. So,
So you had Rusev original. You had the original Rusev, Alexander Rusev gimmick too.
I never liked him then either. But I don't know. I'm not invested in this at all. Like I don't find him that impressive. I love Ono, but I feel like they misuse. I shouldn't say misuse. I mean, he's used to like put people over, obviously, but he can do so much more. And I think a Riddle and him is well, it'll be an interesting match, I'm sure. Like I have no like emotional attachment to this whatsoever.
They're both great workers. In general.
Yeah, agreed.
Joe, how are you feeling about this match? Does it do it? Obviously, now that it's going to be the third time we've seen Riddle and Ono. Does it do anything for you? Because there's a lot of talk that we make on this show that sometimes matches that we see over and over again are boring. But then there's things like Rey Mysterio and Andrade that blow your mind every fucking time you watch it. So how are you feeling about this one?
I'm in the minority here, like always. I want to see the match. I'm a big fan of Ono, even though they do misuse him. He is just a guy to put people over, for whatever reason, because he's overweight and he refuses to adhere to their fitness policy, I guess. I'm also a fan of Matt Riddle. I want to see him get a push. I'm thinking he might be a surprise entrant, maybe in the Royal Rumble. Could be a possibility.
See, he was actually one of the two people I was thinking about before the person actually did pick.
So I'm just a fan of both guys, even though I think they could do way more with Ono. But that being said, I'm still a fan of his. So just because I'm a fan of both guys, I want to see the match, even though I know it's pretty much a tool to put Riddle over.
All right. All right, so let's move on to the next match, the NXT Championship Tag Team Championship match, Undisputed Era of Bobby Fish. No, sorry, the Undisputed Era of Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong with Adam Cole and Bobby Fish up against Hanson and Rowe, the War Raiders. This is obviously for the NXT Tag Team Championship, Undisputed Era defending. 4 extras, pin, submission, countout, or DQ. Who makes the fall? Who takes the fall? And will Cole or Fish be removed or banned from ringside? Yes or no? I'm leading this one off. Then it's going to be followed by Ramon, and then so on and so forth. We'll go. So I have the War Raiders winning by pinfall. I think Hanson is going to make the fall. O'Reilly is going to take the fall. And yes, Cole and Fish will be removed or banned from ringside. What's Ramon's picks?
Okay, Ramon has War Raiders going over by pin. Hanson over Strong. No, Cole and Fish are not removed from ringside.
All right. Up next, Daniel.
All right, I'm going Undisputed with O'Reilly pinning Hanson. And no, Cole and Fish are not removed.
All right, Smitty.
I have the War Raiders winning by pinfall. Hanson will pin O'Reilly. And yes, Cole and Fish will be removed from ringside.
All right, Nick.
I've got the War Raiders by pinfall. Hanson's going to pin Strong. And Cole and Fish will not be removed.
All right, Daz.
I have the War Raiders winning by pinfall with Rowe making the fall on Strong, and Cole and Fish will be removed.
All right. Joe.
She's going to pick Undisputed on this one. Pinfall. I think Strong over Hansen.
And the next extra?
Yes, to removal.
All right. Mario.
Mario has Undisputed Era with O'Reilly pinning Rowe. And yes, Cole Fish will be removed.
All right. Jess.
I have Undisputed winning by pin, Strong, pinning Hansen, and no, they will not be removed.
All right. Z.
I have War Raiders winning by pin. Hansen will make the fall. Strong will take the fall. And yes, Cole and Fish will be banned for ringside.
All right. So this is another match that has been a very long build in NXT. War Raiders, really going at the Undisputed Era through. They've had I believe they've had a tag team opportunity, a championship match before. They lost.
They lost via DQ.
Okay. But either way, they've
correctly.
had another. This is their second shot at the NXT Tag Team Championship. Nick, where is your thought process in how this build has been, or even like the excitement for the match for you?
Well, like some of the other guys, I'm not too invested in NXT. I do know a little bit about
Mm-hmm.
I do know the Undisputed Era have had titles for a while. Am I wrong?
8 months.
No, you're not wrong.
Right. I think that right there, we've seen these teams collide before.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the Raiders' time. I think there's not much more I can say about that, only because I don't know a ton about NXT, but I know a little bit about a little bit.
So the thing about NXT, and this is my personal thing, is that I think the Raiders are the best people to take the titles off of them, even though there are a lot of viable teams that can take those titles off of Undisputed Era. You got you're building teams like Street Profits. You're building teams, but you also build a team like heel teams like the Forgotten Sons. And I think those are going to be your next big heel next heel stable or tag team with the NXT. So, like right now, make the War Raiders dominant face champions. That's the best way to build. You give time for Forgotten Sons to take those titles off of them. I'm thinking like future run of what you're going to do with these titles.
All right, Dez, as a avid watcher of the NXT product, because I know you love it. Where's your head at for this one?
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I thought you watched. I thought you loved NXT.
Damn.
Oh yeah, no, I do. I do watch it. I think Undisputed Era has had the belts for a long time, and I think they need to change it up. I want to say that the War Raiders had rivalry in ROH with some of them, so I think it'd be good for them to change it up and do something new.
Did anybody else notice Daniel's fuck up on these scorecards?
No, it's all been fixed.
It's already been fixed.
Yeah. I have early versions of it. So
I was gonna say those tag titles are sweet.
I have early versions of it that I wasn't gonna reprint.
They look almost
Side
almost
note,
tag titles.
for anyone wondering, Paul Heyman's not listed on the Royal Rumble card. It has been fixed. It was fixed after I printed out these scorecards as well. So he's not an option for an unscheduled appearance.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about.
I know what you're talking about the belts.
Yep.
Yeah, that was So, all right, let's move on. NXT North American Championship. Honestly, the shortest build of any of the matches that are coming up. So it wasn't but 2 weeks ago that Johnny Gargano walked out to the ring and then said he wanted to go for the North American title, just because the week before Tommaso Ciampa said that Gargano deserved a title, just not his. So Gargano came out, Ricochet followed, said, if you want to title this title, all you had to do is ask me. Well, during an altercation between Black and Ciampa on the ring ramp, Johnny then turned and super kicked Ricochet, which has obviously been the major selling point on all of the ads and video adverts for this. And because that's really all that happened up before this week's NXT, and that was 2 weeks ago. So Gargano had a match last week And at the end of it said, hey, if you want to fight, it was against Humberto. At the end of it, after he won, he goes, if you want to meet me in the ring next week, I'll give you all the respect that you want. So, NXT North American Championship match. Ricochet is defending his belt against Johnny Gargano. 3 extras in this pin submission counter are DQ. Number of aerial moves, plus or minus 1. And again, for anyone wondering, an aerial move is, off of the turnbuckle or off over through the ropes, and it does not need to connect. So that means if Gargano goes flying over the top rope over to hit Ricochet, but Ricochet moves, that is counted as an aerial move. It just didn't connect. So the people leading this off, it's going to be Daniel and Smitty's this time. So Daniel, you are first.
All right. I'm going to go with Gargano by pin. I feel like it was high. 15 aerial moves, 18 minutes.
Wow.
All right. Smitty.
I agree with your wife here. What the hell, no. But I'm going to go King Ricochet, winning by pinfall. I'm going to go with 10 aerial moves, and I'm going to give them 23 minutes. They're going to give these guys a little bit more time to go because both these guys can go.
All right. Next is Nick.
I've got Ricochet, pinfall. I went a little low with 6 aerial moves. 18 minutes match time.
I'll tell you that's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
The aerial move number.
Yeah.
Going to hurt you. But then again, I don't know.
Ricochet in a match.
Last time Dez told anyone to go up higher for their aerial move count, immediately right after the match,
she cleaned up.
Immediately right after the match, she tweeted out she was sorry because it was way less
Yeah, I
aerial
know.
moves.
I fucked up.
She cleaned up her original pick before she went up.
All right. Dez, you're next.
I have Ricochet winning by pinfall, 11 aerial moves, and 23 minutes.
Just 11? You sure you don't want to go higher?
Yeah, I'm sure. I fucked up last time. I don't want to make the same mistake.
All right. Mario's picks are next.
Mario has Ricochet going over by pin, 10 aerials, 22 minutes.
All right. Joe.
All right. High-flying Irishman, Rick O'Shea, going over. Pinfall, 11 aerial moves, 18 minutes. Match time.
All right. Next is myself, and then it'll be followed by Ramon. I have Johnny Gargano going over to be the new NXT North American champion by pinfall. 11 is also my aerial move number, and the match time bell to bell in minutes is 21. Ramon's picks are next.
Ramon's going Gargano by pin with 7 aerials and 20 minutes.
All right. Jess, you're next.
All right. I'm saying Gargano wins by pin with 10 aerials and a match time of 22 minutes.
All right. And Z.
I also have Rick O'Shea going over by pinfall. With 10 aerial moves and 20 minutes bell to bell.
With the Johnny Gargano kind of towards the end of the year started calling himself Johnny Takeover just because he was the one at any takeover that was always having one of the best matches, especially the last 3 of them. 2 against Ciampa, the one against Aleister Black, where people are just praising left and right how good those matches are.
He was on top of 2 of them, too.
Ricochet himself also puts on spectacular matches. He put them on with Adam Cole and the other match, the ladder match that he had for the first ever, the first ever North American.
Oh, sorry.
Classic.
I'm gonna turn your mic off, Smitty.
Please.
Please do so.
That's because you don't want to hear me talk, because I got to talk shit to you still.
No, you don't. You're facing Daniel.
I am facing Daniel.
But that was Jesse.
I can't tell a voice apart. I'm like Caliber Black Man.
Shut up.
Jesse's the quieter one.
I'm like Caliber Black Man. I can't tell the difference.
Jesse's phone service is through Sprint. Daniel's using Verizon, so his is much more clear. I honestly don't know if that's true. I'm just kind of shit talking Jess's cell phone service.
Completely incorrect.
It's completely incorrect?
Yep.
Well, now I need to know who you guys use.
Cricket.
Both on T-Mobile.
Both on T-Mobile?
Bitch, I'm on T-Mobile.
Did you just celebrate a phone plan?
I did.
All right. As I was saying, Ricochet's also been known to have a lot of amazing matches. Joe, you're hyped for this match? Is this something that is it show stealing material, or is there another match that's going to happen that you think could take the show?
No, if there's going to be a show stealer, it's going to be this one.
Yeah.
I picked 18. I feel like that's kind of on the low end. It could go more than that.
18 minutes?
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's going to be kind of could be a wonky finish here.
Mm-hmm.
But I still pick Ricochet to retain. But yeah, I think this is definitely this is going to be the spot fest. This is going to be the show stealer, but it's also, I think it's going to tell a pretty good story along with having some high spots.
Z, how are you feeling about this match?
I think it's going to be the match of the night. The only other match I could see coming close is Ciampa and Black, but Ricochet and Gargano is going to be one hell of a match. So
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Up next is the NXT Women's Championship match. Shayna Baszler with Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir is coming out to face the undefeated Bianca Belair. She's going into this match 10-0-2, I believe. The tail of the tape said when one of the NXT graphics
that was last week
that was posted. She is going to be going up against Shayna Baszler after winning a fatal 4-way match against Lacey Evans, Io Shirai, and Mia Yim. She, was the person who pinned Lacey Evans for her last match in NXT. Obviously, as everyone knows in wrestling etiquette, your last match, you're doing it on your back. So that's Bianca Belair got the pin over Lacey Evans to set up this NXT Women's Championship match. So we got 3 extras on here. Pin, submission, countout, or DQ. Number of near falls, plus or minus 1. Remember, the near falls is any 2 count. If it's a 2 count, it's considered a near fall. And will there be outside interference or distraction? Yes or no? This one is going to be led off with Nick. Nick and Des are leading this one off, and Nick's first.
All right. I'm going to go with Shayna, Miss Baszler, by pin.
Thanks for all the hearts, everybody, on Periscope.
5 near falls, and yes for outside interference.
We heart you too.
Des.
I have Belair winning.
Yeah, I bet
pinfall,
you do.
15 near falls.
Say 15?
Yes, outside.
All right.
I would talk shit, but Des beat me last time.
That's because you suck.
Des.
She beat you too.
So Des, for real?
I had a bad night. Fuck you.
Why 15? I'm not. Look, I'm not telling you to change your pick. I'm just asking why you think there's going to be that many 2-count pinfall attempts in this match.
Listen,
where one of them,
they're going to do reverse schoolboys for an hour. That's how that's going to happen.
The best of choices were not made. I'm going to stick with it.
Look, you can change it. It's fine if you change. You scribble it, you change it.
They're going to do a schoolboy spot. I'm telling you. She's going to get all 15 in one shot.
I think you went low.
Should have been like 35. Should have been like 35.
Let's go with a 20.
No,
Lowball it.
Are you going to stick with it, Des?
I think so.
All right.
Yep, I'll just stick with it.
Okay.
There you go.
And when you lose by 3 points, you'll know why.
Up next is Mario's picks.
Got to stay committed to the gimmick,
Right.
It's the only way it's going to get over.
All right, Mario's going Belair, pin, 6 near falls, and yes, outside interference.
Joe.
All right, I got Sharon Corbin going over here by submission. 7 near falls, and yes to interference and or distraction.
I would like to point out the Sharon Corbin line never fucking gets old. It has never been. Even though Baron Corbin is fucking bald, it still harkens back to his...
They almost look more similar now. It's eerie.
Their foreheads are very similar now.
Like Black Man's Chest with
And they both had that same derpy fucking look on their faces.
Oh my God. Up next is myself. I have Bianca Belair, and she's going over by the infamous, Mikey calls it, disqualification.
The DQ EST.
The DQ. Yeah, she's gonna
The
be
coup de grace.
The DQist.
Yeah, she's gonna be the DQist winner of the NXT Women's Championship. Number of near falls close to Dez. Let's be honest, really close to Dez. Minus 11. I have 4. 4 is my near fall number. And yes, I have outside interference or distraction going on. Ramon's picks are next.
Okay, Ramon's going Baszler. By submission, 3 near falls, yes to outside interference.
All right, Daniel, you're next.
All right, I'm going to go Belair. Pin. I'm going a little high, too, I guess. 8 near falls.
Y'all are haters. Fuck off.
Yeah, watch when there's 17 near falls. We're all going to be biting our tongues. Come next week.
Yes to outside interference.
All right.
Trying not to
Smitty.
kill myself with laughter. I got the Sizzler, Scissorer, Shayna Baszler.
The Sizzler?
What?
Scissorer.
I got the scissorer.
Are you calling her a lesbian?
Do you want to go to Sizzler? Is that what you're trying to think?
You want?
Actually,
You want
I kinda do.
You want to play Sister Scissors?
Yeah.
Whoa. How's Ramon? Hold the fuck on. Ramon just joined the video broadcast. He's watching this, and the son of a bitch isn't on the phone call. What's going on there, Ramon? You're going to comment in those fucking comments. Go ahead, Smitty.
Yeah.
He must be on the bed.
I got Sister Scissor.
On the bench.
He has some time sitting on the bench to watch it real quick.
I got Sister Scissor, Shayna Baszler.
She's not even gay.
I don't care if she's gay or not. She looks gay.
Smitty, no one cares. Smitty, no one cares about your pick, Smitty. Move on.
Ah, shut up, bitch.
Z, you're right. It's all fucking cursing, and it's a 12-year-old's fucking camaraderie.
And the drunker he gets, the more he says it like a 12-year-old. Like he yells the curse word and then thinks he's gonna get in trouble. So he's like, ooh.
Ramon says it's soccer game halftime. Smiley face or whatever face. The son of a, you play on the bench. You can just pull your phone out. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I got Baszler winning by submission. I got 5 near falls and yes or an outside interference or distraction because both.
Damn it.
the other 4 horse holes are out there.
There's 2. There's 2 of the 4. 2 of the 3 of
You
the
get
4.
what I'm saying? Shut your fucking pie hole.
Sister Sizzle over
Yeah,
here.
Sister Sizzle. Son of a bitch is just hoping for a discount at his next steakhouse. I want to go to the Sizzler. I really miss the
God, it
Sizzler.
sounds like you got cotton mouth.
Where's the closest Sizzler to here?
Probably in Vegas. Do you guys still have a Sizzler out there?
I have
No.
no idea.
No.
I've never eaten a Sizzler in my fucking life.
Oh my god.
Somebody find me a Sizzler. I throw you $50.
No one fucking. Okay.
Yeah, right. Google.
All right.
Here's one city. Give me $50.
Yeah. Hey Siri, where's the closest
Where I'm
Sizzler?
at. No, where I am at the time being.
The nearest one I found is Simpler LLC on Clear Creek Drive in Rochester.
Nope, we got none of it. Sorry, Siri literally just came up for me real quick on there because I was making the joke, so it answered. All right, so after Smitty is Z.
I also have Sharon Corbin going over by submission with, a huge number, one near fall. And
Just throw away the-
just outside interference.
You gotta throw. That's just a throwaway of the card.
Jesse.
Baszler, submission, 5 near falls, and yes to outside interference.
Can I change my picks?
What?
Yeah, no. That's why I said, God damn it, because as soon as you said it, I was like, fuck, it's the same exact fucking thing. Son of a bitch.
Well, look, maybe it's good for Smitty because you're the champion right now, and Smitty is
That's
not.
a good point.
Smitty is kind of bringing up the rear, as he normally does with Marcus.
And look, I had the worst NXT card I've ever had back in November.
I would like to point out you still brought up the rear for Marcus. Up next is the Tommaso Ciampa Aleister Black match for the NXT Championship. Ciampa's defending against Aleister Black, who's finally getting his rematch after Ciampa won it from him months ago. There are 4 extras on this. There's, I don't know if you guys are also watching the broadcast. Danny says, Jesse, you're gay. So, just.
What?
There's a guy that says, Jesse, you're gay. His name's Danny. He probably likes you, Jess. Probably your best friend. Do you know?
It's all right. There's nothing wrong with being gay. Apparently, I'm gay on the show every week.
Do you know Marcus? He doesn't know Marcus. All right, Tommaso Ciampa, 4 extras, pin, submission, countout, or DQ, number of near falls. Again, every 2 count. Swear to God, there's probably going to be like 15 or 16 in this one. Number of finishers executed plus or minus 1. The finishers are the Black Mass or the Project Ciampa. And the match time bell to bell in minutes plus or minus 1. I didn't state it on the first time it was mentioned in the North American Championship match, but plus or minus 1 means if you get it directly on the number, you get an extra 2 points to your scorecard. If you are within plus or minus 1 of that, you just get the normal 3 points for the extra. Kicking this one off is Joe.
Oh, fuck, I don't even have this one completed, so I guess we're just going to...
Wing it.
Wang it.
Call it in the ring, baby.
Come on, Winger.
All right, I got Ciampa. Pinfall. We'll go 8 near falls, 2 finishers, and 28 minutes.
All right. Up next is Mario. Bless you, Z.
Thank you.
Mario has Ciampa by pin, 6 near falls, 6 finishers, 30-minute match.
All right. Up next is Ramon. Ramon, do you want to give it from video? No, you can't, you sucker. Go ahead.
He's going Ciampa by pin with only 3 near falls and 4 finishers, 26 minutes.
All right. I'm next. I also have Ciampa going over by pinfall, but I have 7 near falls. 4 is the number of finishers I also have. And bell time in minutes I have at 24.
You and Des should hang out sometime. You guys love those near falls.
I have 4.
You had 7, you said, I thought.
Oh, so, yeah, 7 for this match. Yeah, of course. It's one of them's not a... Okay. But I'm right, bitch. I lose that belt this month.
I'm going to lose it. I already know that.
Up next is Smitty.
Excuse me.
Did you say excuse me, then burp?
Yeah, because I felt
You
it
had enough
coming.
time to say excuse me, but couldn't move away from the microphone before you burped?
It was about right here, at the bottom of the throat.
Let me
Like
clear
Marcus?
my throat, say excuse me, then burp.
Was that a Marcus burp?
No.
Too much in your mouth,
No
all
such-
coming out now.
It was way easier anytime it's a Marcus burp.
You feel relief in your stomach.
See what I say, Jess? Apparently I'm gay every week on this show. So
It's not apparent.
Had to clear that spot
You're
for the
gay
head of
every
the
day.
dick.
Just that you're gay every day.
only for the pay. So
$20 is $20. Go ahead, Smitty.
yeah, I have Tommaso Ciampa winning by pinfall. 8 near falls, 5 finishers executed, 31 minutes.
All right. Next is Daniel.
All right, I'm going Ciampa by pin. I'm going to go high on this one. 12 near falls,
Oh, fuck you.
3 finishers, and 28 minutes.
Really?
Okay, hold on.
Really?
So if anyone doesn't know, if you've not listened to the show before or anything, Daniel and Dez are married. Obviously, they live in the same house. And it's just hilarious to hear married couple bicker happening on the picks as they're going. I think it's fucking adorable. I'm not mocking it. I'm just like, oh, they're such a good
There's a
couple.
charm there.
Yeah, it's a good couple thing. It's not even like it's a bad thing. So I just wanted to point that out, that I find you guys fucking adorable. Next, Dez, the married woman. Tell us how many near falls you got today.
18. 18, everybody.
Yeah, 23.
Is he looking at our paper?
Go ahead, Des.
Oh, I have Ciampa winning by pinfall with 9 near falls, 3 finishers for 34 minutes, and I did the math. That's 1 near fall for every 3 to 4 minutes. So boom, fuck all y'all.
So the match before it,
plausible.
it's like 5 per 1 minute. Is that how that works?
Yeah, like so. Wait, hold.
I don't know. There wasn't a time on the ladies match.
So
Well, you can't do the scientific breakdown
maybe
for
it's
just
wrong.
one match.
So if you're Rain Man, does that make Daniel Tom Cruise?
What? No, I hate Tom Cruise.
He's mini Tom Cruise.
25 near falls. 25 near falls. 25 near falls.
Definitely
Definitely
one near fall every 3 to 4 minutes.
Definitely. I did head twitch.
And you're over here doing the Michael J. Fox.
Up next is Mario's picks.
Mario.
Oh wait, no.
is going.
No, I'm
Ciampa.
sorry. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. Up next are Jess's picks. We've already done Mario and Joe. Let it off.
Oh, so me. All right. I'm going Ciampa by pin. 8 near falls, 6 finishers, 27 minutes long.
Before we get into Z's picks, someone on the video feed, WrestleMania Pod, says it's going to be a 26-minute match with 34 near falls. Let's go!
Must be dead.
And it's going to end in a count out.
Z, what are
I
your
hate all you guys. You guys are dicks.
Z, what are your picks?
I think I'm the only one who has Black winning by pinfall with a grand total of 3 near falls, 2 finishers, and a 30-minute match.
That's weird because normally Smitty goes for anything
Smitty
black.
always bets on black.
Yep.
That's
I don't know. I take no black people on this card either. So.
You didn't take Ricochet?
Oh, actually, no. Ricochet I did.
What are you talking about?
I didn't take Belair. I did not take Belair. I think her build was literally just to have Baylor have another notch until she's ready to go up within by after like SummerSlam.
So with this match finally being Aleister Black's rematch into this, Daniel, excuse me, wow. Look how I was able to turn away, even though it was stuck right here in my throat.
Hey, you didn't get my picks, yeah?
I didn't get your picks, Nick?
No.
How did I miss you? Oh, you're supposed to follow Dez. I'm sorry.
The fuck?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Fucking up, son.
You can
Still love you.
you can only kind of see him.
Yeah, now,
Yeah.
now I might want to
it's a
redo
problem.
mine. Like I might want to change my near falls.
You won't. Go ahead, Z. Nick.
All right, I've got Tomato Ciampa.
The tomato chopper.
Oh my gosh.
By pin.
Tomato chopper.
By pin.
I broke my leg.
78 near falls. No, 10 near falls. 10.
Give it a chance.
Fucking Dan.
3 finishers with a 24-minute match. Did you hear that? 10.
So, Nick's really getting into the shit talking already. I really like it. So, Daniel, back to the question for you. Aleister Black finally getting his rematch. Obviously, most people are thinking that Ricochet and Gargano are going to be the match stealer. But do you feel that this match, in hype, the way they do it as well, could come as a close second or even be better than Gargano and Ricochet?
That's tough to say. I feel like Gargano Ricochet is going to be a great match. It's going to be like spot fest. Whereas Ciampa Black is just going to be a brutal match like it was at War Games. It was War Games.
No, it was on NXT television.
Oh, I'm fucking retarded. I'm sorry.
They were NXT television when he won the title.
You are.
Oh, Dez, don't call your wife retarded. That's mean.
Anyways,
I just thought you guys were cute.
I give up.
Dez, your feelings on Ciampa Black?
I think it's going to be a really good match. I think Ciampa's going to retain, obviously, and continue his evil streak. I really want Johnny Gargano to lose against Ricochet so that they can be evil buddies together, like I said last time. I really am pushing for it to happen.
Smitty, do you feel that this is one of the better builds in NXT? Obviously, it's had the length, Aleister Black having to go out because of the injury. Technically, it made Gargano Ciampa 2 happen way faster than it should have, but eventually has worked out really well, unlike things that we have seen on the main roster of WWE. But as the longest tenured build, is this one of the better builds that you have seen in a long time, or is it just so-so for you?
It's so-so for me because to a certain degree, the way it is presented on NXT television, I feel like it's been rushed. Just the way it's been built on NXT television. Because the way NXT television is, we know everything is pre-recorded. Everything is set up to go a certain way. And I think the way they improvise this storyline is great. And like I said, I really do feel like Ciampa and Gargano 2 was supposed to happen right before Mania. That's the way I feel this was supposed to happen.
What is your point?
I feel so about the match. I feel like it's not going to be this. I think it'll be the third best match on the card.
The third best match. Who do you think is number 2?
I think it'll be a really good story-driven match, but I think the second best match is going to be the tag match. Because NXT has a habit of taking those tag matches and making you really care about them.
I'm not going to argue that, but I don't think they're going to be the second best match on the card.
I think it'll be the third best match on the card.
Up next are the announce tables. Now, Daniel, you said you took other off, right?
Yeah, I took other off the final card.
So just English and Spanish is the only ones that we have to pick. Again, I just tell everyone we have the older version. I printed them off way before all the changes were made. So the announce table destruction is going to be led off by Ramon.
All right, Ramon, where'd we go? He went with English destroyed, Spanish survives.
All right. I have the exact same thing. English destroyed, Spanish survives. Smitty?
No tables go.
Okay.
Both tables survive.
Okay. Next is Daniel.
I went with the same, both survive.
All right. Dez.
I have both English and Spanish are destroyed.
All right. Nick?
Spanish destroyed, English survives.
Okay. Joe?
English destroyed, Spanish survives.
Okay. Mario's picks?
Mario's going both survive.
Okay. Jess?
Both survive.
Z?
English destroyed, Spanish survives.
All right. Now, up next are the unscheduled appearances. People that are not scheduled to have a match on this card. I had a question for you, Daniel, before we move forward with this. Even though he is mentioned as an extras, is Keith Lee considered an unscheduled appearance because it's not promoted that he's supposed to be coming out with Matt Riddle?
Correct. Only people listed on the left side are excluded.
Okay.
They're part of an extra.
Okay. So unscheduled appearances, you get 5. For every one that you get right, you get an extra 5 points. If they didn't show up, it's not like you're losing 5 points either.
So Keith Lee's not is.
So Keith Lee can be considered as an unscheduled appearance. Smitty and Daniel are going to be leading this off. Smitty, you're first.
So I have Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, Keith Lee, Trevor Lee, and Ronda Rousey.
Trevor Lee.
Trevor Lee's one of the guys who's been recently signed to NXT.
Okay.
This is why I hate being on first on these ones because I actually keep up with who's getting signed with NXT and shit.
Daniel.
I'm going with Dream, Keith Lee, Candice LeRae. I have a feeling Rousey is going to show up in the audience, and just because I want to see him show up, Punishment.
All right. Dez.
I have Keith Lee. I hope he doesn't show up during the match. I want him to come in after the match. Pete Dunne, Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, and Kairi Sane, because I didn't know who else to pick.
All right. Nick.
Well, Ronda Rousey, Keith Lee, Velveteen Dream, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai.
I would say pick someone else because she's
out on injury.
Is she?
Injured,
Yeah.
Yes.
Torn ACL.
Well, who's the other chick's name?
Io Shirai.
There you go. We'll go with her. Io.
It's Io.
Joe, you're next.
All right, I got Keith Lee, Velveteen Dream, Rousey, Trevor Lee, and then what's the guy's name that used to tag with Buddy Murphy that's in the Forgotten Sons? The
Wesley
guy,
Blake.
Yeah, the guy that looks like he has no teeth.
Yeah.
Wesley Blake.
That guy.
All right. Mario's picks are next.
Mario picked Pete Dunne, Mia Yim, Velveteen Dream, Tony Storm, and he picked Dakota Kai as well.
He's dumb.
Dumbass.
Ramon's picks are next.
Ramon's going Dream, Mia Yim, Oni Larkin, Kona Reeves, and even though he's on main roster now, EC3.
Hey, you never know.
He still might show up. We'll never know.
Yeah, it's
That's true. That's true.
fucking possible for some reason. I have Keith Lee, Ronda Rousey, Dominic Dijakovic. I believe that's the proper pronunciation of his last name.
Dijakovic.
Yeah, Dijakovic. Mia Yim, and Jesus, it's the last one that was been throwing me off this whole fucking time. Fuck. Kona Reeves.
Keanu Reeves?
Nope, Kona Reeves. All right, Z, you're next.
I got Rousey, Candice, Dream, Keith Lee, and I.O. Sherry.
What do you owe her? Jess.
I got Rousey, Velveteen Dream, Keith Lee, Io Shirai, and Candice LeRae.
All right. That is it for the NXT TakeOver Phoenix scorecard. Again, guys, you can get your own scorecards. What we're picking out, we're doing the Royal Rumble one now. You can go to PW Scorecards on Twitter, on Facebook, on Patreon, patreon.com/PW Scorecards. Show some love for these people. They're putting in hard fucking work. This isn't their job. They're not doing this for money. You know, I mean, they'll take the donations if you want to help them out because they are putting a lot of work into these so they can make some of these WWE pay-per-views that are at times seem like a fucking chore to watch. They make them feel so much more fun, so much more awesome, and definitely create a great sense of competition between you and your friends, as well as ourselves and the Pro Wrestling Scorecards crew. Again, at PW Scorecards, it's their pinned tweet. It's the first fucking thing when you go to PW Scorecards on Twitter. Right there is the TakeOver scorecard, the Royal Rumble scorecard, and the Royal Rumble entrant prediction scorecard at PW Scorecards. Now, moving on, we are going to the Royal Rumble prediction scorecard. And anybody who is in the Metro Detroit area, let it be known that this Sunday for the Royal Rumble, we will be having an event at Bob Camp Bonnie's in Wyandotte, Michigan. It's downriver. Great little spot, wonderful food. We got, happy hour on all the appetizers. I believe it said there's specific $5 appetizers, $2 mystery beers, $6 mystery 22-ounce beers, pitcher specials. We're doing all this for us. We're going to have the Royal Rumble on. Going to see the pre-show. If you get there early, they're also going to be doing a 90s music trivia that's going to end about an hour before the Rumble starts. And they have cash prizes. So you guys can come down. You can win some cash prizes in that. Plus, if you're there before the Rumble and you fill out one of our Pro Wrestling Scorecards cards, you then are entered into, if by winning having the most points, you're entered to win one of our big giveaways. And in our big giveaway, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to reveal for the first time on the show, we are giving away tickets to NXT Detroit in Royal Oak on Sunday, March 3rd. Doors are at 3:30 p.m. at the Royal Oak Music Theater. The event kicks off at 5 p.m. I believe it is. And our big prize, we are giving away NXT tickets to NXT Detroit at the Royal Oak Music Theater.
Next to us?
No, I think they're just the $22 tickets. That's actually not provided by us. That is provided by the Knockouts and 3 Counts podcast that always do these events with us. Obviously, we're going to have more things going on as well. So let's go into this Royal Rumble prediction scorecard. There's a lot involved here, okay, where there's making picks for the Royal Rumble, not just winners for matches and extras. So the first match is the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. It's the Bar defending against the best tag team in the world of Shane McMahon and The Miz. Now we're going to keep going in the exact same order that we were going with NXT TakeOver scorecard. So Smitty and Daniel led off that one. So this one's going to be Dez and Nick leading off. So Dez, you're first.
I have the best tag team in the world.
Fucking
winning
bullshit.
By pinfall. The Miz is going to make the fall on Sheamus, and Cesaro is going to take the coast to coast.
All right, Nick.
I have the bar by DQ. Sheamus is gonna fucking do something to Shane O'Mac. And Cesaro's gonna take the coast to coast.
All right. Next is Joe.
I got Best in the World, pinfall. I think Shane O'Mac makes the fall on Cesaro, and Cesaro also takes the coast to coast.
All right. Next are Mario's picks.
Let's see here. Mario is going with the best tag team in the world by pin. Miz over Cesaro. Sheamus taking a coast to coast.
All right. I'm gonna pick the bar. I did say that was Ramon. Was that Ramon's picks or Mario's?
Mario.
Okay, Ramon's first then. Sorry.
Okay. Ramon's got also the best tag team in the world by, I have no fucking idea why, submission. Shane over Sheamus.
Thanks for the points, Ramon.
Plot twist.
Anyway, so
Any
Shane
one of
over
them do a
Sheamus with
submission
Cesaro taking a coast to coast.
Jesus Christ, he actually picked that. All right, I have the bar going over. Just, God damn it. You know, to me, it's you just can't give Shane these titles if you're screwing the Revival every fucking Monday.
Exactly.
You know,
That's exactly why they're going to do it.
No, I think the bar's going to keep it. By pinfall, I think it's going to be Cesaro over Miz. And I do think Sheamus is going to get... Nope. I think Cesaro is going to get coast to coast. Now, let me ask you guys this. Is none an option if no coast to... If, like, let's say the person moves out of the way, is none an option for this extra?
What about both? Because I have both. Do I get extra points if both of them get hit?
No, they just have to be both.
No, why?
Yeah, I thought about this after I published this. So none would be an option, yes. I would say if you pick one or the other and both get hit, you get points on it. Both
has to be both.
Is a weird answer. Yeah, both would have to be both to get the points on it. You're better off picking one.
All right. Up next is Smitty.
I got the BS McMahon team. By pin, I think Shane pinned Sheamus, and Cesaro takes the coast to coast.
All right. And Daniel.
I'm going with the best tag team in the world by pin. Miz over Sheamus. Cesaro taking the coast to coast.
You copied me.
What? What was that? What was that? Adorable, Des?
I said he copied me.
Jess is next.
All right, so I'm with you, Mikey. I'm saying the bar's going to win.
Fuck.
By pin. I really hope they don't fucking give the title to fucking Miz and Shane O'Mac. But bar by pin, Sheamus pins Miz, and Sheamus takes coast to coast.
All right. And Z.
I have the Miz and Shane winning by pinfall. The Miz makes the fall. Cesaro takes the fall. Sheamus takes the coast to coast.
All right. So there's been a lot of talk about how well SmackDown's been doing the tag team division. With the granted, it was a lot of times that people were complaining it was the same three teams.
Who else?
Right.
What other teams
it was,
do they have?
They have
Uso, New Day.
Well, yeah, same
So,
three,
yeah,
but
the
outside of that.
But outside of that, even though that's the complaint, is it's the same three. They've been doing the tag team division way better than you've been seeing anything on Raw. Raw having the B team, jokes, happening, pissing the pants for, Drake Maverick and things like that. This is the first time there's been a real foray into a bullshit team in the tag team division on SmackDown. That being said, Jesse, I'm going to lead off with you because you're really good at bullshit dumb picks, except for 1 month out of the year. I'm sorry, that was just a great way to do a cheap shot. How are you feeling about this match? Obviously, you're picking the bar with me, but is this something that's taking your attention away from what was built as a credible tag team division on SmackDown?
I feel like this. I don't know. When I first started seeing like that build of Miz trying to make him and Shane a fucking tag team, I was just like, why? Like that's just dumb. I thought it was dumb that Shane got the best in the world trophy in the first place, but that's neither here nor there. But I just feel like it's taking away from it, and then just on top of that, just like the whole like screwing over the Revival storyline or setup that they're going with. It's ridiculous. But I don't know, I just feel like it is kind of taking away from the tag team thing in general.
All right, Nick, how about you?
I really don't want to see the best tag team in the fucking world win. I really don't.
I don't think anybody does.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. It wouldn't shock me at all. Not at all. But I don't think it's their time just yet. I really don't.
Do you think that they might take it later, like at another show?
I do, only because the fact that, and I thought that they would, that the bar would, excuse me. Hold on, I think I got my pick backwards. I wasn't paying attention.
Idiot.
God. I did, because I put the bar by disqualification. So can I change my pick?
Yeah.
So what I meant was the best tag team in the world by disqualification.
Okay.
Because I don't think they'll win the titles.
But Shane and Mac, you think are going to go over?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they'll win the match. Won't get the titles though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
so
bad. My bad.
Fine. It's fine. Go ahead and switch it. We haven't even moved
Because
on.
I put, I put Sheamus was going to do something to Shane O'Mac. You know what I mean? So get them disqualified.
Up next is a Cruiserweight Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Buddy Murphy defending his title against Akira Tozawa, Kalisto, Hideo Itami. 3 extras, pin or submission. Who takes the fall? Number of aerial moves, plus or minus 1. This is probably going to be a very high number for Dez. Probably higher than anyone else would pick.
72 aerial moves.
Leading this one off is Joe.
All right. Never mind.
Nope, the last one was Dez and Nick.
All right, I got I guess Buddy Murphy retaining.
Talking to Mike.
Pin. I'll say Tozawa takes the fall and 11 aerial moves.
I hate you.
Good.
Next are Mario's picks.
Okay, Mario has Buddy Murphy going over by pin, Kalisto taking the fall, 14 aerials.
All right.
Aerials.
Ramon?
Ramon has Murphy by pin over Kalisto with 10 aerials.
I also have Buddy Murphy by pinfall over Kalisto, but I have 19 aerial moves. Up next is Smitty.
I have Buddy Murphy winning by pinfall. Kalisto takes the pinfall and 12 aerial moves.
All right, Daniel.
I have Murphy pin over Kalisto, 16 aerial moves.
Right, Dez. You all right over there?
Yeah. You guys are giving me shit, but I have a lower number compared to you guys. Jeez.
2 aerial moves, everybody.
No. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh, duh. So I have Buddy Murphy winning by pinfall over Hideo Itami with 14 aerial moves.
Okay, that's not that low. Like, you're making it seem like you had like a single-digit aerial move number. That would have been funny.
Right.
Who had 19 and Daniel had 16? Like, I'm lower than you guys.
I had 12.
Yeah, you're right around the average. I went higher just because of, I'm thinking, like, outside of, like, Hideo Itami doesn't really do much aerial moves.
Hideo's more of a physical combatant.
Right, but Akira Tozawa, a bunch of 4 cruiserweights, my thought
2 out of 4 do a lot of aerial maneuvers.
And my thought process is you're going to get around 15. So I went with the higher end because I feel like this match is going to be a closer on the pre-show. And it's going to be something that's just built as a spot.
It's already been advertised for a pre-show.
Yeah.
So
So Des was Nick. You're next.
I've got Buddy Murphy by pin over Tozawa with 9 aerial moves.
Okay. Up next is Joe.
I already did.
Oh, sorry, Joe. Yeah, sorry. So Z.
I have Buddy Murphy by pinfall over Tozawa with 16 aerial moves.
All right, and Jesse.
I am doing Buddy Murphy pinning Hideo and the 14 aerials.
I'm going to change mine to 13 aerials. I just want to go up 1 for some
You're
reason.
dumb.
You know what? I'm just feeling something in my heart right now.
Yep.
I don't know if it's heartburn, but...
Yeah, so you're going 13?
Yeah.
Switching to 13? Okay.
Is it your body rejecting all the cum you swallowed?
It's an arterial blockage is what you're feeling.
Told you, apparently I'm gay on this show.
That's so good. That's like Randy Orton at the end of SmackDown, just out of nowhere. Not the RKO, Randy Orton.
Literally.
Up next is the United States Championship match. Rusev with Lana defending against Shinsuke Nakamura. Only 2 extras, pin, submission, countout, or DQ. Match time over 10 minutes, bell to bell. Yes or no? Ramon's kicking this off with me to follow.
All right. So he has Rusev by pin, yes, over 10 minutes.
All right. I also have Rusev by pinfall and yes, over 10 minutes. Smitty, you're next.
I don't give a fuck about this match, really.
Thanks, Kelly.
Well, no, so I don't give a fuck because, like, literally, it's just something we've seen already. Just been there, done that. They have nothing better for this title.
Really? You've already seen this match, the rematch?
I got Rusev winning by submission. Yes, it's 10 minutes over. It's a time filler, calm down match.
Daniel?
I have Rusev going over by pin. It will not be over 10 minutes.
All right. Des?
I have Rusev winning by pin, and no, not over 10 minutes.
All right. Nick?
Rusev by pin over 10 minutes.
Okay. Joe?
I'll go Rusev by submission. Yes, over 10 minutes.
All right. And Mario's picks?
Mario's going Rusev by pin, not over 10 minutes.
All right. Jess?
I want to be like the odd one out and say Shinsuke, but I'm not going to. So
No,
Rusev
do
by
it.
pin,
Do
yes,
it.
over 10 minutes.
You're always the odd one out.
All right.
I mean, I know that. So that's why I kind of want to do it, but
What are you eating?
Penis.
nothing. Drinking beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers to you.
He's drinking beer with a whole bunch of sediment because he's over there. Z, what's up?
I have Rusev by pinfall, and yes, it'll be over 10 minutes.
All right. Next match is the SmackDown Women's Championship match. We're going to talk a little bit about this before we make our picks. Becky Lynch is the man, everybody. She's been touting it left and right. She is much more vocal on Twitter than she has been much over the last few weeks. You know, last week I was kind of giving her a little bit of shit for her promo because it just seemed like she was stationary. She kind of just stood in the middle of the ring and talked. This week, she did not do that. To me, she came off way better this week. Wonderful promo work by Becky Lynch, calling out Asuka. Asuka comes out. Then it's just a huge fight breaking out that continued all the way into the back, even after the segment was over. Now, my question then to everybody, and we'll start off with... turn that mic off. Z's taking off. We'll start off with Dez.
Bye, bitch.
Bye.
I turned the wrong mic off, and I was really happy I did that. Dez, we're gonna lead off with you. Are you buying into Becky Lynch, man? Do you think that Becky deserves all of the hype that she's getting, or are you kind of meh on her?
No, I love her. I really liked her when she was in NXT, so I'm glad she's getting all the hype that she deserves. I'm excited to see how far and what else she does.
All right. Joe, is she the new female Stone Cold? Because that's the comparison everyone's making with her.
That's what they all say. I don't feel it like, I don't feel like she's changing the world like Stone Cold did. No. There's only
What?
No, she's not doing for the business what Stone Cold did for the business. No.
You don't think so? I will say that a lot more eyes have hit because of her. Like, she's, granted, no one's going to touch Ronda when Ronda signed. You know what I'm saying? But right now, with Becky, everything that she's doing, getting blasted in the face, like Smitty every other weekend by another dude, namely Marcus. But when Nia punched her in the face and it got she had the blood dripping down her face, it was very Stone Cold-esque to when he was not tapping out to the sharpshooter from Bret Hart and he just passed out but the image of the blood running down his face was an iconic image for Stone Cold. And it brought more eyes at the time. It was kind of the passing of the torch and stuff.
Yeah, but Becky's bloody face will never be as iconic as Stone Cold's thing.
Okay. Daniel, how do you feel about Miss Becky Lynch?
I love the character change. I think she plays the badass really well. I don't think she's the next Stone Cold necessarily, but she's as comparable as we're going to get in the women's division based on who we have right now. So I think she's bringing eyes to the women's division. I think she's, bringing eyes to whatever brand or show she is on. And I think, regardless of whether she's the next Stone Cold or not, I think she's doing great things for WWE right now.
All right. I muted myself. Smitty, what are your thoughts on this?
Not the next Stone Cold, but when it comes, I hate using this scenario, when it comes to women, probably the best Stone Cold-esque kind of aura you get from this division and WWE.
What do you mean not for the business, just for the women themselves?
Just for the women themselves, not for the business. I'm sorry, there's only one Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I understand that, but you think she's only doing something for this character change and the eyes she's bringing is literally, it's only affecting the women's division, making it more credible, and not the whole wrestling as a whole?
Not the whole wrestling industry. It's only affecting the WWE women's division.
Okay. With that being said, go ahead and give us your picks. You and Daniel are leading this off.
I have Asuka retaining the title via pinfall. Bell to bell time, 15 minutes. Number submission breaks, 4.
All right. Daniel.
I'm going to have Lynch go over by sub, 14 minutes, 3 rope breaks.
All right. Dez.
I have Lynch winning by submission, 22 minutes bell time, and 6 rope breaks.
All right. Nick.
I've got Asuka going over pinfall, 16-minute match, and 2 rope breaks.
Two rope breaks. Joe.
I got Becky winning by submission, 17 minutes, 4 rope breaks.
All right. Mario's picks.
Mario is going with Lynch by sub, 12 minutes, 5 breaks.
All right. Ramon?
Ramon is going with Asuka by DQ, 17 minutes, 3 rope breaks.
Thanks, Ramon.
He had Mikey's original picks.
No. I have Becky Lynch going over by submission, 16 minutes bell to bell, and 4 for the submission rope breaks. Up next is Z. Z had to take off, so I have his picks. He has Becky Lynch by submission, 15 minutes match bell time, and 2 number of submission rope breaks. Jesse.
I got Asuka by submission, 17-minute match, 5 rope breaks.
All right. Up next is the WWE Championship match. Daniel Bryan defends against a phenomenal AJ Styles. 4 extras on this. Pin, submission, countout, or DQ. Number of near falls, plus or minus 1. Remember, any 2 count is a near fall. Number of aerial moves, plus or minus 1. Does Daniel Bryan cut a promo before the match? Yes or no? Now, I do have to ask this. This is the one that I wanted. Anytime a promo at any point, or is it right as they coming out before the match starts?
This is another one I realized I worded poorly after the fact. So the way it's worded implies any time before the match.
Okay, so basically at any point throughout the Royal Rumble pay-per-view before Daniel Bryan AJ Styles match, will he cut a promo? Yes or no? Oops.
That cleared up a lot of things for myself there.
All right. Well, so does fucking penicillin. Now, kicking this one off is Nick and Dez. Nick, you're first.
I'm going to go with AJ. Going over by DQ. And that is correct.
Yeah.
I didn't fuck that one up like I did earlier. 6 near falls, 6 aerial moves, and Daniel Bryan will cut a promo sometime, someday.
Before the match at Royal Rumble.
Feckle.
Dez.
I have Bryan winning by pinfall, 7 near falls, 4 aerial moves, and yes, he does cut a promo.
All right. Mario.
All right, Mario's going with Daniel Bryan by pin, 8 near falls, 5 aerials, and he does cut a promo before the match.
All right. Joe.
Daniel Bryan, pinfall, 7 near falls, 6 aerial moves, and yes.
For the promo?
Yeah.
I have Daniel Bryan. Oh, yeah, I'm next. Daniel Bryan as well, going over by submission. 6 number is the number of near falls. 5 is the number of aerial moves. And yes, Daniel Bryan, at some point before his match at the Royal Rumble, will cut a promo. Ramon.
Ramon is going with Daniel Bryan by submission, 4 near falls, 6 aerials, and Daniel Bryan is not going to cut a promo in a 6-hour pay-per-view.
I would like to point out, because I think Ramon's watching right now, it's halftime is over, but he's just sitting on the bench doing nothing. If for some reason in your comments you decide that you want to switch that to a yes, we'll totally take it. We're not going to hold you to this no.
But it's just competition. We hold them to everything.
No, because things are being cleared up now, so we got to let it go. All right, Daniel. What the fuck was that?
Oh, can you hear my dog? I apologize. Yeah, that was my dog.
Oh, I was like, what? Like Daniel. Oh.
My bad. Okay, I'm going with Bryan by submission. I'm gonna channel my inner Dez and go 14 near falls.
Oh my god!
8 aerial moves, and yes, he will cut a promo.
How long do you think this match is going to be?
I would like to point out that normally that's the other way around in that marriage. Ayo. And Smitty. No, that's also how that sounds in that marriage. Fuck it, fine.
I got Daniel Bryan winning by pinfall, 6 near falls, 4 aerial moves. Yes to a promo within the 6 hours before this match actually goes through.
Mario commented.
You guys
on
aren't going to be laughing when he is the opening match.
Mario is watching the video feed as well, and he's asking Joe Joe, are you writing your answers after hearing his picks? Get the fuck out of here. That's what Mario's saying to you.
Mario trying to shit talk you.
No, I'm not doing that at all. Matter of fact, I haven't paid attention to any of his picks.
Isn't Mario a loser from the last time?
He lost his match.
Yeah, so he's a loser.
Okay.
But so are you.
Actually, I won.
Yeah, it was only Z and I
You're
that
still
lost.
a loser. In my eyes, you're still a loser.
Oh, you're about to join that club. Shut the fuck up.
I don't think he floats that way, Smitty.
He's a loser no matter what he does. Even when he wins, he loses.
Let's see. That it led off with Nick and Dez. Smitty, you just gave your picks?
Yes, I did.
All right, so Z's next. Z's next, and he has Daniel Bryan by pinfall, 3 near falls, 5 aerial moves, and yes, Daniel Bryan will cut a promo before the match. Jesse.
Bryan by sub, 5 near falls, 7 aerials, and yes, Bryan cuts promo.
So now I have to ask this. We talked earlier about seeing matches happen over and over again. Matt Riddle and, Cassius Ohno. Other times we have seen, the Revival just go constantly fighting Lucha House Party, so on and so forth. Revival fighting fucking Bobby Roode and Chad Gable 3 times now. Yeah. So this is now, I want it the 4th. Is this the 4th time we've seen Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles? 3 of them, all 4 of them for the belt. Daniel lost before Crown Jewel. Won again, then fought Daniel again. Yeah, now he's facing him again after that. After AJ's, got himself back into this match. Is anybody sick of this? Well, Smitty, are you?
I'm sick of the concept, but I'm not sick of seeing those guys in the ring together.
Sick of the concept? How? What are you sick of seeing?
It once again, like you say, they keep saying new matchups, new this, and new that. But this is something we've seen. Like you said, it's the 4th time we've seen it. But these guys have yet to bore me when they're in the ring together.
Joe, you're AJ Styles, Mark.
No, I'm not sick of it. I mean, how many times did Flair wrestle Steamboat? Like 1,000? Right. I mean, people are this is like a instant gratification world. Nobody has the patience to see a storyline play out. Guys can fight more than once, it's possible. So I got no problem with it.
Jesse, you said true?
Yeah. About guys fighting more than once, instant gratification.
Elaborate. How do you feel about this match then?
Yeah, it's whatever for me. I agree with what Joe's saying about they want the instant gratification and everything. And I guess I can put myself in that type of what he's saying because it is kind of getting boring for me. But I do like watching them go one-on-one, head-to-head in the ring.
Nick, do you think this could be better than Gargano Ricochet?
I think it could be. To Joe's point, I mean, you remember back in the day, they used to have storylines that lasted a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There might not have been 4 matches between the 2 guys over the course of that year, but there was a lot of build-up. I think it does have the potential to be better than the Ricochet match. And I think it should be. With the build-up that they've had for it, and I feel like it's coming to a head. I feel like this could be it. And I think it should be a bigger match than that. I think it should be one of the matches of the night, in my opinion.
All right. Up next is the Raw Women's Championship match. Ronda Rousey defending her title against Sasha Banks. 3 extras here. Pin, submission, counter, or DQ. Number of finishers executed, plus or minus 1. The finishers are Ronda Rousey's armbar or the bank statement, or Sasha Banks' bank statement. And will there be outside interference or distraction? Yes or no? Mario is leading this one off.
All right, Mario is going with Banks by submission. 8 finishers executed. Yes to outside interference.
Holy shit.
He said what?
Wow.
That's a lot of finishers.
I'm going to say I'll give you a red fox on that one, you dumbass.
Okay, Mario, whatever the fuck you say, dog. Joe, you're next.
Yeah, I'm definitely not copying that fucking garbage. Take Rousey by submission, 2 finishers, and no to the outside interference.
I'm next. I have Ronda Rousey by submission. Yes, for the number of finishers executed. And yes, outside interference or distraction because...
What?
Yes, a number of finishers. is what you
Oh,
just
sorry,
said.
3 for the number of finishers. Sorry, I apologize about that. 3 for the number of finishers. Yes, for the outside interference or distraction. I'm going yes, though, because I don't think anyone's going to do anything to affect the outcome of this match. But I can't not see Becky or Charlotte just coming out and Ronda looking at them at some point.
Yeah.
You know, which is still considered a distraction. You know, I don't think there's not one that's going to do anything to change this match.
Already got that.
But I honestly feel that at some point one of those are going to come out. Maybe even be doing commentary next to him, you know, and Ronda, of course, just they say something and she looks.
Well, actually, that's why your explanation actually went into my pick, why I picked yours as well.
Okay. Up next is Ramon's picks.
Ramon is going Rousey by submission. 3 finishers. Yes to outside interference.
All right. Daniel?
All right, I'm going to go the unpopular pick on this, too. I'm also going Banks, submission, 3 finishers, yes to outside interference.
All right. Smitty?
I got Ronda Rousey winning by submission, 2 finishers, and yes, an outside interference or distraction.
Mm-hmm.
And to go into your point, Ronda, whenever there's somebody outside of the ring, she tends to look at that person as she makes somebody submit lately.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to go into the fall in this one. She's probably going to be looking at Charlotte after she wins the Rumble or something like that. I think they're putting
but her just looking at someone isn't a distraction. A distraction would be they say something and she turns and then something happens to her.
But when somebody, you know, I think you missed the point I'm saying. Like, whenever somebody's outside the ring, like, I don't care if they're trying to be a distraction. Even like she looked at Tamina when she made
that wasn't a distraction though.
I'm not saying this was a distraction. Like, Ronda's had this tendency of like whoever she has actual beef with or whatever's going on, looking at that person that she makes somebody else tap.
Okay.
So I think when she makes Sasha tap, she's gonna be looking at whoever I think, because I really think Charlotte's gonna win the Rumble this year. She's gonna look at Charlotte and like, yeah, if you come for me, this is coming for you.
Okay,
But
but
is that really a
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's that's your thought process. My thought process on it is she is going to look at someone outside of the ring, but Sasha Banks is going to hit her. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Bayley could be outside and Bayley could be talking, you know, trash. Ronda could just look.
Right.
Bayley's not touching her, but Sasha gets a move in or something. So if you're talking about just Ronda looking over and
that's considered a distraction.
No, it's not. It didn't cause her anything.
Not if she's locked into like her armbar and then she's just like.
No, I'm thinking like she looks. She'll look at you before she locks it
That's
in.
not a distraction. She's winning. There's nothing distracted her, causing her to get hit or hurt by Sasha. Interference is something.
Wait, does it take away from the match in general? Her looking that way.
But I'm gonna tell you this right now. That's not a distraction. It's not a distraction. Is something that causes something negative to happen to one of the people. If Sasha looks at fucking...
a distraction is technically anything that takes away from what's originally going in.
To make that decision.
So, Daniel, how wrong is Smitty right now?
Smitty's always wrong.
We can go with this. No, a distraction technically is anything that takes away from what is initially going on.
But it's not taking away from her doing the armbar. It's part of her armbar. Nothing is happening to her negatively by looking at someone and locking in an armbar.
Distractions.
Now, if she looks at someone to lock in the armbar and then Sasha somehow reverses it right there, then it's a distraction because it caused something negative to happen to her. If she's looking at someone, locks in her armbar, and wins, there's no distraction there.
No, a distraction telling me your focus is not 100% on where it should be.
It is on where it should be. I'm winning this match, and I'm showing you I'm winning this match. Nothing's taking away from that. You would be wrong. If that happens...
No. The way I look at a distraction is, if your attention is not 100% on what you are doing, you are distracted.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you this right now. If that's all that happens, that's considered a no for interference or distraction, and I will also not get my 3 points that I have circled off for yes. So, and I'm telling you I don't deserve the 3 points if that happens. The people putting the scorecards together are telling you you don't get the 3 points if that's what you think is going to happen. So if that's what you think is going to happen and you're still marking yes, then you're kind of dumb.
I still think like this to the whole Becky thing too, still. So I don't care.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm gonna tell you
multiple points.
So this was led off by Mario and Joe. So Nick, you're next.
All right.
I didn't realize we were getting into a grammar sidecast.
Rowdy Honda.
What?
Rowdy Honda.
E Honda? R Honda? Fight.
Rousey.
Honda?
Submission.
Japan.
Submission, 3 finishers, and no distraction.
Okay. So you don't think Ronda's going to look over? Dez, you're up.
I have Banks winning by submission, 4 finishers, and yes, interference or distraction.
Okay. Jess.
I'd say Rousey by submission, 4 finishers, and yes, Ronda will be distracted by Corey Graves. Talking.
Z's next. He has Ronda by submission. 2 is the number of finishers executed. And yes, there will be outside interference or distraction. Up next is the Universal Championship match. Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor has been put over huge these last few weeks on Raw. To the point where this is making a lot of people think Finn could win this match before this match has started. Every other time someone's taken on Brock Lesnar, there hasn't been many people that have ever thought Brock was going to lose. Now, granted, the match could happen, and they built a storyline to where how when Daniel fought him or when AJ Styles fought him, that throughout the match, the way the match played, people were like, holy shit, AJ or Daniel Bryan could actually win this match. And then Brock goes on to win anyway, just like everyone thought in the beginning. The only other time that this has really happened were the Roman Reigns matches, because Roman's the golden child. Roman's the chosen one. So, of course, Roman's going to win this.
Until leukemia came around.
Oh, man. But outside of Roman Reigns, there hasn't been a single person that Brock Lesnar has faced as being a champion.
We're inappropriate for a reason. Fuck off.
I'm not arguing. I thought it was funny as fuck. Outside of Roman Reigns, there hasn't been a single person facing Brock Lesnar for his title that anybody prior to the match happening thought Brock could lose. This is one of those times. Finn Balor is now the guy that people, even with Vince inside of the ring saying, I don't think you're going to be able to do it. You're not big enough.
With all this beef.
Everyone now is thinking that it could possibly be Finn Balor who gets a title run into WrestleMania with the Universal Championship. We'll talk about each person. I want you guys to talk about the match right before you list your picks. I'm leading this off, and I'm picking with heart straight here. I honestly feel that with this whole change for the WWE, we got to do some different stuff different. They haven't done anything different on Raw. Nothing has changed on Raw. We've basically seen the same players. Besides Lashley, we've seen the same players get the same treatment.
Lastly.
It's actually Lashley, Leo Lashley, if that's what's on the back of the shirt now.
I just call him Lastly because, literally, I'm tired of seeing his ass every week.
You didn't see it this week.
Yeah, he posed off right
he
before.
He didn't get the ass pose.
Oh, yeah, he didn't.
You know your heart every time he does.
Right, yeah. Fucking Smitty's all like he was so invested in seeing Lashley's ass that he thought he saw it this week, and he's really sad.
Nah, I'm so used to seeing it because I don't want to see it.
Marcus gets jealous.
Nah, I just don't want to see another grown man's ass. Really
that's why that's why he's the catcher, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm picking with my heart here, and I think Finn is going to take it because I think this is the first major change on Raw that is for the fans. Since we're the authority now, that I think they give it to Finn. and it sets up a really good WrestleMania match for Finn Balor, and it gives him the only other person besides Brock Lesnar to be a 2-time Universal Champion. So I have Finn by pinfall. I have 12 minutes for this match time bell to bell. I think that's a little high, but I think there needs to be a lot of time for Brock Lesnar to get offense in here. Number of German suplexes, I'm going to have it at 6. Man, I feel that's high. I'm going to go 5, change it to 5. And will Balor come out as the Demon? No. I think they've built Balor up so high as just Finn Balor that bringing him out as the Demon to win this match would diminish the Finn Balor character. Up next is, and we're not going to get any talk from him because Ramon's picks are written in. So, Daniel, what are Ramon's picks?
Ramon is going Balor by pin, 12 minutes, 8 Germans, yes to the Demon.
All right. Daniel, your thoughts on the match, the build and everything, and your picks.
I'm really liking what they're doing with Balor. I feel like, as you said, there is like this, for a fan anyway, this belief that it could happen, right? Mm-hmm. And I also feel like a part of me is leaning towards it is going to happen because of the fact that they keep talking about how he can't do it. They keep making those comments. It's a misdirect of sorts, it feels like, right?
Right.
So I feel like he's going to take it. So
now let me ask you this before you give your picks. If he doesn't win, does it kill Finn as a character completely with all of this build and then him not winning, even if he looks good in the match?
I don't think so. I think they make him look really good in the match, just like they did against Styles, just like they did with Daniel Bryan against Lesnar. And I think if he loses, what we end up seeing is Balor again at Elimination Chamber, potentially, assuming Lesnar actually shows up to a pay-per-view that's not important, taking the title without having to pin Lesnar.
Right. Okay. And your picks, sir?
Balor by pin. I don't know why I went this fucking high, but 17 minutes, 8 Germans, no to the Demon.
Okay. Smitty, thoughts on the match?
Thoughts on the match? Like, this match via Royal Rumble, it's a troll. I feel like literally, like, they're building Finn just to have him take a fall. Do I think it'll hurt Finn? Not by any means, because Finn is so over, and then they have given him a decent push going into this match to where I don't think the loss will hurt him.
So, but, okay, how over were the Revival forever? And they kept taking losses, and they kept losing, and they kept looking stupid. Now when people watch a Revival match, they don't give a fuck.
Okay, but when was the last time we've seen Finn Balor in a major program?
He's always featured on Raw as a major guy.
He's featured, but he's not toward the top of the. He's not top of the card. He's not put inside this title picture with the Universal title.
And okay,
this is literally since the whole Roman let's get a guy who never got a shot thing, which we knew was not going to happen. There was no chance in hell, pun intended, that was going to happen. To a point where he's gotten a push over the last couple of weeks. Like you say, you believe that it could possibly happen. There are people that believe it could possibly happen. But I still think that Vince is still out of touch about what the fans really want to a certain degree. I'm still skeptical about this whole we're going to give a change to you guys thing. Like you said, Raw's not giving us anything worth saying, we believe in this change.
Okay. Your picks?
I still got Vince's beef winning.
Who?
Brock.
Okay.
I got to win it by pinfall. If you want to give these guys some decent time, I give them 20 minutes just to build this match. Just like you want to get Brock some offense in, you want to get Finn some offense in to make Finn still look good. Give them 20 minutes. And I got 7 German suplexes. And then no to the Demon.
All right.
If I see the Demon, that's when I know Finn is probably going to win.
Dez.
So,
I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. Dez, I apologize.
Oh,
Nick's next. I apologize. We're moving down in order.
This was tough, man. It was really tough. I did go with Finn. Pinfall, 14 minutes, 7 German suplexes. I think he's going to come out as the Demon. I mean, he came out as the Demon for his match against Seth when he won the title. He's going to come out as the Demon for this match, too. I like what you said about, the buildup of Finn, but people know him as the Demon, too. You know what I mean? So I think for that aspect of, they don't believe in him and all this stuff, and, well, let me show them what I'm, another side of me that they can't not believe in, and that's the Demon.
Well, that's what I said.
That's a good argument for why the Demon should be there. That's a good point.
That's my last thing I just said. If you see the Demon, that's when I want to say, like, fuck, I made a wrong pick here.
All right, Des, now it's your turn. I apologize for cutting you off, love.
That's okay. So I think Finn needs to win. I feel like he's such an underdog that everybody wants to root for. He had the Universal title, and then he had to relinquish it, and that was heartbreak, for everyone. And I think he's going to go out there and, nobody gives a shit about Lesnar anymore. He doesn't show up to anything. He does the same shit. It's like playing, 2K19 or whatever, button mashing, throwing German suplexes and crap around. He's boring. So I think Finn goes out and wins, and it's going to be this heartwarming, exciting moment, like Shawn winning at WrestleMania 12. And, I hope it's going to be amazing. So obviously I have Balor winning by pinfall, 17 minutes, 9 German suplexes because he is fragile and small, so he's going to get thrown around. And yes, he's going to come out as the Demon.
All right. Up next is Mario's picks.
All right. Mario is going with Finn by pin, 15 minutes, 8 Germans, no Demon.
All right. Joe, your thoughts and picks.
I'm kind of with Smitty on this one. I mentioned last week, I think they made Finn look really strong just to be a viable or as viable as possible as opponent for Brock Lesnar, but at the end of the day, he'll lose this match. I just think it would be almost too feel good of a feel good story for Finn to win this one. I don't think he's coming out as a Demon. I might have to agree with Smitty on that one as well. If you do see the Demon, it might be oh shit time that Finn might win this, but I don't see it. Mostly because I want Finn to win, so he won't.
Right.
So I'm just, picking the old boring standard Lesnar, and that's what I'm picking.
All right.
So I'm picking Lesnar, pinfall, 12 minutes, 7 Germans, and no to the Demon.
All right. Z's picks is he also has Finn Balor going over by pinfall, 17 minutes, match time, bell to bell, 7 for the number of German suplexes, and no, we will not see Balor come out as the Demon. Jesse, how are you feeling about this match, and what are your picks?
I mean, like a few weeks ago, you were saying that, you predicted, they're going to give Finn a push and all that stuff. I do think Finn, lost my train of thought. Wow, that was instantaneous. I do want to see Finn win and have that championship. And I just feel like he should do it without being the Demon. I even remember seeing one of his tweets saying that, it could have been a work regardless of that tweet, but I do remember him saying that he plans to not come out as a Demon, but to beat him as the Finn Balor, the man, not the Demon. And I think it'd just be really awesome just to see Finn go over and, carry that championship and, make something of it more than what fucking Lesnar's doing with it, which is nothing. So I'm saying Finn by pin, 15 minutes, and 6 German suplexes, and I don't think he'll come out as a Demon.
All right. Up next is the Men's Royal Rumble match. Quite a few things going on with this match. The winner, these are huge points for these matches. So winner you get 10 points if you pick the correct winner. The starting 2, if you pick the correct 3 points each for that. Superstar with the shortest match time gets you another 3 points. If you pick the superstar with the longest match time, 3 points. Superstar with the most eliminations, and who are the final 4? 3 points for each correct guess. This is going to be led off by Daniel and Smitty. Daniel, you are first. And in giving you who you think is going to win, tell us why and what you think is going to happen along with it.
I feel like picking the predictions on these matches is somewhat of a crapshoot. So I went with Rollins winning.
Okay.
I don't have any logical explanation as to why. I just feel like he is going to do he's going to be the Iron Man, so to speak, the match. I think he's going to run the whole thing. And then, I guess there's some logic to my Rollins pick. With the rumor of Rollins Lesnar Mania, that seems most logical for him to win this right now.
Okay.
So that's who I went with. I'm really banking on the fact that he runs a long match because I actually put Rollins as one of my starting 2 also.
Really?
Yes. Shut up. I went with Rollins Elias starting it. Corbin with the shortest match time.
Yep.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Rollins with the longest match time. McIntyre with the most eliminations. And then my final 4, I went Rollins, McIntyre, Ambrose, and just because I feel like they're going to fuck with this a little bit with the 30th entry, I think Truth will still be in the final 4.
Nice. So you had who for the final 4? Sorry. Daniel, who did you have for the final 4 again?
It was Rollins, McIntyre, Ambrose, Truth.
Okay. Smitty, talk us about your thoughts on the Royal Rumble, who you think is going to win, why, and everything, and keep the conversation, going for a second.
Okay, so I've got a kind of a 50-50 booking for the Royal Rumble, which I kind of try to do every year. And when it comes to the Royal Rumble, there's one guy that is a major player in WWE that has not been really – he's been mentioned on television. It was been happening over the last couple of weeks. They have not, his name has not been mentioned inside the Royal Rumble, but I think he's going to end up showing up for the Rumble, and that's Braun Strowman.
That's what I was wondering. Is he in this now? What's going on with that?
Once again, we got 7 open slots. There are 7 open slots for the Men's Rumble. When there's 7 open slots in the Women's Rumble, there's 9 or 10 open slots in the Men's Rumble. And that have not been confirmed.
Because last week we were kind of talking about, we wondered why he was taken out of the match as Lesnar was an injury thing. But then I heard...
But this is also another reason I picked Lesnar to win.
I heard after the fact that they didn't take him out of that match because of an injury. It was just, no, I heard it wasn't that.
I know it wasn't a medical reason.
It was just a creative thing.
Yeah, this is why I think that at Mania we're going to finally get Lesnar versus Strowman. Okay. And this is the first step toward it.
Sorry, I had to pee, everybody. That's why I made sure.
Fuck, it's a natural bodily function. Shut up.
That's why you had to hear Smitty talk so much. So, Smitty, what are your picks for it?
So,
My ears are bleeding now.
I have Braun Strowman winning the Royal Rumble. I think Braun, because like I said, we have 9, somewhere between 9 to 11, depending on Strowman's not Strowman, but Cena's status, whatever. Right. I have Braun Strowman win the Royal Rumble. I always try to pick a 50-50 booking for the Royal Rumble, so I have one guy from SmackDown, one guy from Raw starting. I have Rey Mysterio and Dolph Ziggler starting for the Royal Rumble this year.
Okay.
Superstar with the shortest match time, I think it's going to be Kurt Hawkins.
Okay.
Because I think he's just going to be in there randomly, just for him and Ryder just go out at the same time, pretty much.
Okay.
Longest match time, because they've been kind of giving him a push on SmackDown. I got Andrade having the longest match time in the Rumble this year. Because I feel like they're going to try to build him as one of SmackDown's either top mid, or bottom top card heels.
Mm-hmm.
Most eliminations, I was torn between 2 people, but I'm going with Strowman because if they're going to put Strowman over there, they got to make Strowman still look strong. Strowman's going to have the most eliminations. In my final 4, I have Andrade, Strowman, McIntyre, and Joe.
Okay.
Joe.
Nick, you're next.
Well, Seth Rollins is going to win. I think that coincides with the whole Mania, some rumors and.
Can I tell why I didn't pick Rollins real quick as winner?
No.
No.
We're sorry, man. They got a lot less time, so no sidecasts.
Seth's going to win the Rumble. Starting two are going to be Andrade and Elias. I think Jinder's going to have the shortest amount of time in the match. I think it's just going to be comical to see his ass get thrown out within 15 seconds or less.
All right.
Seth's going to have the longest match time. Braun is going to have the most eliminations, and I think our final four will be Braun, Seth, and I'm in agreement about R-Truth. He's going to be the 30th pick. They're going to give him a little bit of a mini push there at the pay-per-view, and Drew McIntyre.
All right. Des, your picks.
I also have Rollins winning.
You would.
Yeah, I would.
Not that I have any idea.
He's my pretend husband. So I don't know who the starting two are. I just have Cruz and Ambrose just because they're the first ones that popped up in my brain. I have Corbin as the shortest match time because, let's be real, nobody wants to see him do anything. And then the longest time, obviously, Seth. The most eliminations, I have Drew McIntyre. And then the final four, I have Seth, Mustafa Ali, because they've been pushing him, it seems like, Andrade, and Drew McIntyre.
All right. Mario's picks.
All right. Mario has Braun winning. He has Elias and Jinder starting the match. Shortest match time, Curtis Axel. Longest match time, Rollins. Most eliminations, Strowman. And then the final four, Strowman, Sullivan, Rollins, Ambrose.
He can't even show up to Raw to make an appearance. What makes him think he's going to come to a pay-per-view in a baseball stadium where there's more people? I mean, let's just be honest.
I love the savagery right here. She pulled out the whips and chains and everything.
She's like, that motherfucker can't even show up to a Raw because he's having a panic attack.
Motherfucker don't even
Fuck
show up
that
for work.
cracker. Fuck that cracker.
This nigga ain't doing shit.
Oh, shit.
Des, thank you for your savagery.
Joe, you're next.
All right, well, let me not make shitty picks again like Mario. So, I'm going to pick Rollins to win, Ray and Kofi to start it. I'm going to pick Hawkins for shortest match, Rollins longest, Strowman most eliminations. Final four, I got Rollins, McIntyre, Cena, and Orton.
All right. Now, why are you going with those picks? Like, what was your logic behind it? Talk us about the match.
Rollins, I feel like, is their chosen one to main event WrestleMania with Roman Reigns not being there. I feel like Ray's going to start it just because of kind of a nod to his record-breaking longest run in the Royal Rumble and victory in the Royal Rumble back in, I think it was
2004.
05 or
No,
6.
05,
He says 06. Yeah.
06?
Yeah. 06? Yeah.
No, 04 is when who won? Wait, 04 was when Benoit won.
Yeah, and I think Rollins is going to be the Iron Man, the horse of this match, the workhorse. So he's not only going to win it, he's going to have the longest match time. I think Strowman will be in this since they took him out of the Lesnar match. And he's got to do something to look strong, so that's why he's going to have the most eliminations. Drew McIntyre is also going to look very strong in this. That's why he's going to be in the final four. And I just think Cena and Orton will be in the final four because, they're Cena and Orton. That's what those guys do.
Yeah.
I've got a few theories maybe on surprises, but I guess I'll wait till unscheduled appearances for that.
You can go with some surprises right now.
Well, Braun Strowman's not been announced, so that's one of them. I do think Bray Wyatt makes his return here. And yeah, even though with the panic attacks, I think you see Lars Sullivan, and
I think you see him in short order though.
Okay, but I think you still see him, and I think there's a dark horse outside chance that Matt Riddle makes an appearance in this Rumble. Not necessarily to make like a move to the main roster, but we've seen NXT
like Adam Cole did.
Right,
year.
we've seen NXT guys enter the Rumble before. I think maybe this year it's going to be Riddle.
Yeah, nice. My picks are. Go ahead.
Being in a ring with 30 people with no shoes on, isn't that a risk?
That's worrisome.
Hey, Snuka did it before. So did Rusev.
Yeah, that's very true.
And that's how he broke his toe, and they ended up making him wear boots.
My winner pick for the Royal Rumble is also Seth Rollins, just basically for a lot of what everyone's saying. It seems like he is the one that's going to go on to WrestleMania. He's always been picked, and I don't care if it's Brock or Finn. I think both of those are going to have a great match. But that being said, because I think Finn is going to take the title at Rumble, I think that they're not going to put the belt on Seth at Mania, and instead he's going to have a major Royal Rumble moment, and he is going to be known, just like he did with that gauntlet match, he's going to come in number 1 and win the Royal Rumble, being held in very, in very high regard with Austin, HBK. I think that's something that they're going to give to him and makes sense for what they're doing. Also with that, the
problem with that is the trope.
We're not going with sidecast, dog.
No, it's not really a sidecast. It's like the trope that happens before every pay-per-view. Anybody that goes over usually ends up taking an L at the pay-per-view. Rollins has been going over for the last, outside of the fact that he wasn't the one that got pinned.
But they're not doing that much anymore. I mean, yes, sure, the old adage of it, but there was the time that Ziggler went over at the pay-per-view, even though he won. Asuka went over the night before the pay-per-view, this Tuesday before the pay-per-view, and she took the women's championship. It happens. There is changes to that. You can go ahead and stick with your old theories all you want, but there has been changes that have happened, and I'm going with Seth Rollins coming in number 1 and winning the Royal Rumble. Mustafa Ali, I feel, is going to be a great counterpart, and very similar to how it said, a Raw and a SmackDown person will more than likely start these. So I think Mustafa Ali and Seth Rollins are going to have an amazing, I think the first one's 5 minutes.
5 before you go to 3.
Yeah, and I think just watching those two go at it for 5 minutes is going to be spectacular. Superstar with the shortest match time, though, Titus O'Neil. I think everyone's forgetting about it. Titus World Slide. I think they're going to keep that going, and he's going to be the quickest one eliminated, continuing Titus and his Rumble follies. Then Superstar with the longest match time, obviously, if I'm having him win it and come in at number 1, Seth Rollins. The Superstar with the most eliminations. Now, I don't know. I agree that Braun Strowman's going to be in this match.
In my mind, it's between 2 people here.
I think 3. And I think my 3 are Braun, Drew, and Joe.
Those are my 3, actually.
I don't think Joe has a shot at this.
I don't think Joe has a shot at winning.
I would like Joe to have a shot at this, but I don't think he will.
I think it's very possible that at the same time, there are 2 people who have the most eliminations that are tied, and it could be Drew and Joe. And I think the way Joe has been attacking everyone, and it's either setting up for him to get fucking ousted fast, or it's setting up for him to have a very strong Royal Rumble.
They made him look strong only to put Orton over at the end of the night on SmackDown.
But again, you haven't seen Orton in weeks, and he literally came out of nowhere.
I've seen him in a month.
So literally. I'm gonna put Samoa Joe as the most eliminations. My final 4, I have Seth. And we'll have Braun. Jeez.
Kurt Hawkins, right?
Kurt Hawkins totally is in the final 4.
Apollo Crews.
Just Apollo now.
I think it is a smart call to have Ambrose. If we're having Seth go over, Ambrose in that final 4 makes a lot of sense. And so that means I need
a SmackDown guy.
And I think RKO. There we go. So Seth, Braun, Ambrose, and Randall Keith Orton are my final 4 in the 2019 Royal Rumble.
Fucked up, but Kofi got the longest time.
Ramon's picks.
All right, Ramon is going with Rollins winning, Andrade and Corbin starting, Corbin also having the shortest match time. Whatever. Rey Mysterio with the longest match time. McIntyre with the most eliminations. And then the final 4 is McIntyre, Cena, Joe, Rollins.
All right. Jesse, your picks and thoughts on the match.
Thoughts on the match. I'm not too sure yet. Like, I mean, going off of like pretty much what you guys have all been saying, it's like it just seems like it can go a couple different ways with this. I don't know. I don't know. I have McIntyre winning the whole thing, and then just I feel like this maybe. I don't know, maybe the start of like the build of McIntyre. I don't know. I feel like they want to do something with McIntyre.
It's a really good dark horse pick. I can't even say that that's a bad choice for a pick, even though it's completely different than what anyone else has said. That's a really good choice.
I'm just convinced it's a Raw superstar.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if McIntyre does win. I feel like this will probably be like the start of the build for him. Maybe, I don't know. But I just feel like they were kind of trying to go somewhere with him, and then it just seems like it's kind of just falling off now because, where's Ziggler? Is Ziggler hurt? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
I heard that his contract's up on the 31st and he's not re-signing.
Okay. Interesting.
AEW, anyone?
Anyway.
No, he wants to get out of wrestling. I heard he wants to do stand-up and stuff. He's kind of like...
Ziggs.
Yeah, he's kind of just done.
Interesting. Wow. Cool. I don't know. I see McIntyre. This is the start of McIntyre. So I'm saying McIntyre wins it all. The starting 2, I'm going Mustafa Ali and Rollins. Superstar with the shortest match time, I'm going to say Sunil Singh. I do feel like the Singh brothers will probably make an appearance. Maybe. I don't know. Superstar with the longest match time, McIntyre. Most eliminations, McIntyre. Final 4, Braun, McIntyre, Joe, and Mustafa Ali.
All right.
That is, yeah.
Z's picks are Seth Rollins to win the Rumble, Elias for number 1, Corbin for number 2. Actually, let me ask you a question, Daniel. If, let's say, Elias was number 2 and Corbin was number 1, we wouldn't get those points, right? It has to be that exact number?
No, the 1 and 2, it's a mix and match.
Okay, so
just the starting 2 people. Yeah.
Okay, so you get 3 points even if they're if let's say I have Seth Rollins at number 1, but he came in at number 2, then I still get 3. Okay, all right. So he has Z has Elias and Corbin going the first 2. Kurt Hawkins for the superstar with the shortest match time. Seth Rollins is the superstar with the longest match time. Drew McIntyre has the most eliminations, and the final 4 are Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and Samoa Joe. On next is the Women's Royal Rumble match. Dez and Nick are going to lead this off. Dez, you're going to go first. And, of course, feel free to talk about everything. The build, found out Alexa Bliss on Monday is officially cleared. She will be in the Women's Royal Rumble. And Lacey Evans also came out and announced that she is making her WWE debut, main roster debut, in the Women's Royal Rumble. Go ahead and have at it, Dez. You're kicking it off. I think, which is fitting, I like how it worked that way.
This one was really hard for me to pick. I don't know. I guess I'm just going with what I hope happens. I really want Ember Moon to win. I really like her. I think she's doing great, and I want her to continue to do more. I have Alicia Fox starting with Lacey Evans. I really don't give a shit about Lacey Evans. I don't care any which way about her. So
really?
I hope this is done. quickly. So then I have Tamina as the shortest time, Sonya Deville with the longest time. I think hopefully she'll be pretty badass and stay in there the longest. And then I have Flair with the most eliminations because she's kind of like the female Roman Reigns. And then for my last four, I have Vega, Moon, Cross, and Carmella. Kind of like the R-Truth thing, coming in as the last contestant. She'll just be in the final four.
All right, nice. Nick.
All right, I have Charlotte winning the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sarah Logan and Lana are going to start things off. Shortest match time, I changed this 3 times. I had Zelina, scratched it off. I had Peyton, scratched it off. I'm going with Foxy.
All right.
Ember Moon, I do agree with Des. That would be awesome if she won it. I'm really high on her too, but I think Ember's going to have the longest match time. Nia's going to eliminate the most, and then our final four are going to be Natty, Charlotte, Mandy, and Nia.
Mandy. Joe.
Okay, I got Flair winning this thing. Starting 2 is going to be Bailey and Sarah Logan.
Okay.
Shortest match time, Dana Brooke. Longest match time, Bailey. Most eliminations, Nia. Final 4, I got Flair, Ember Moon, Ruby Riott, and Bailey.
All right. Why do you think Charlotte's going over?
I just think WrestleMania they're gonna find some way to make it probably a triple threat with Flair and Becky and Ronda, and this is the way to get Flair into that match.
Now, I asked a question in our group text, and I kind of want to get an answer from the Pro Wrestling Scorecards crew as well.
Segway.
Because they are here. And I'm actually going to start off with Dez. Dez, I asked this question, and it was funny because I asked it, and then fucking 20 minutes later, the guys on Busted Open fucking said the same thing. And I was like, God damn it, I fucking asked that first. So, with this talk of possibly wanting a triple threat at Mania, Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda, if Becky and Ronda go over and they're both champions, could we see Charlotte Flair win the Rumble and then because of all the shit talking say, I want to take them both on and both belts be on the line in a 2-fall match? First fall be the Raw Women's Championship, second fall being the SmackDown Women's Championship. And very possibly we see at the end of the match, obviously, Becky standing tall to close out WrestleMania with maybe Charlotte winning the first fall over Becky and Becky winning the second fall over Charlotte. Is because if that's what they want to do, if they want to bring these three together to close it out, Des, what are your thoughts on that? Is it something that we could possibly see, even though you did pick Ember Moon to win the Women's Royal Rumble?
That's honestly something I have not thought about. And like AJ Styles' song says, I don't want none. I don't want another 3-way match. I'm over those. I just want one-on-one, clean, done, you know. I don't know. I don't want to see that, so I don't want to think about it.
No problem. Smitty, your thoughts?
Okay, so I posted something on our page about...
I didn't even read it.
Okay, so the way I was thinking that would happen is I don't see a triple threat because I think they're still trying to build Asuka back up. I see a fatal 4-way with both belts on the line to one fall to unify those titles. And the reason I came up with this theory is because there's only one set of women's tag titles. I think the women's going to be universal across both shows in the near future. All the women will be universal across both shows.
I feel like there's going to be so much backlash if you do that. The women's tag team, the reason there's no backlash to a single fucking... Yeah, you can close that because I agree. The reason that they're doing a single floating champion, which we thought they should have been doing with a bunch of championships, is there's not enough tag team women to fight for these belts, so they should float. As far as single competitors for the women's titles, there's more than enough. Now, granted, some people aren't getting opportunities and things like that, but I feel like if you make it a single woman's title to float between both shows, then that's even less opportunity for the women, and then more people are gonna.
It's less opportunity depending on how much time you give these women, though.
What are you talking about? If there's no if one woman's not going, if there's not two women fighting for a belt on Raw and two women fighting for a belt on SmackDown, then you have one champion who might be fighting someone on SmackDown or someone on Raw. So you take away 4 women in 2 matches to have it 2 women in 1 match.
Okay, so when the unified title first came around, what was the problem with that one? When that was happening?
You mean the Undisputed?
The Undisputed.
When Jericho first made it?
Is that what you're talking about?
Even when Lesnar and Triple H were champion and Hogan was champion.
But you're talking about when
the one that Jericho beat Rock and Austin for.
In the same night.
That's the one you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Well,
which eventually came to 1 title.
Yeah.
Okay.
What eventually came to 1 title? What was the problem with that?
Well, one, you didn't have 2 different companies that were going to be hosting Raw, one on Raw and one on SmackDown. So
that's the only fact I did not take into account.
But again, so they were both on the same network. This one, they're not on this. They're not going to be on the same network post WrestleMania. Is it October?
October.
So if you build it to 1 title, there's a problem there, and it will make, especially with the sports broadcast that Fox wants. That's not going to be how it comes across on Fox, and they're not going to want to promote all these huge stars that are on Raw on there.
I think the only thing I didn't think about was the whole October coming thing.
Mm-hmm. Daniel, what are your thoughts on the proposed possibility of Charlotte winning to then have both belts on the line at Mania?
I mean, it seems like a feasible option. I don't know if they'll write it that way, though. I really don't feel like they're going to. But I would like to see something like that, though, because at least, as much as I agree with Dez, where I fucking hate seeing triple threat matches at Mania, the concept of, like, putting both belts on the line would be an interesting, like, variable in that can make it, worth watching. I just don't see them going that route, though.
Nick?
Wow, a lot of thoughts going through my head on that one. I think that they could, if Charlotte wins the Rumble, I think that she could challenge Ronda because she can challenge whoever the fuck she wants to. Mm-hmm. She could challenge Ronda for the belt. I think that Becky has some say in that, depending on how her match with Asuka goes. Let's say Becky loses to Asuka like I picked. I think Becky will also want a shot at Ronda. That could lead to a Charlotte-Becky type match. Winner gets Ronda type scenario at Mania. You're going to put your Mania match on the line against Becky. That's what's going to be the stipulation. Charlotte loses her title match if she loses to Becky at one of the next pay-per-views. Okay. Charlotte goes over Becky, keeps her match. She fights Ronda. We could see another Becky-Asuka match at WrestleMania. I think that feud could continue too, so Becky can stay in that picture, in that title hunt. I thought too, maybe remember back a long time ago, WrestleMania 10, I think there was like a mini tournament to determine who would fight for the championship in the main event, like Owen Hart versus Bret Hart at the beginning of the night.
Mm-hmm. Something like Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30, where he had to face Triple H.
Yep.
Then.
Yep, something similar to that with Charlotte. If she wins the Rumble, maybe she'll fight Becky at WrestleMania. Winner goes to fight Ronda at the end of the night. There's a lot of different ways it could play out, man.
Right.
Jesse.
The thing I thought about that one was possibly Elimination Chamber be a dual brand thing, and whoever wins can pick whatever champion they want to go against, and that leads to another triple threat, the triple threat match can come into play.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse, what are your thoughts on this?
Half.
Yeah?
I don't know. I started dozing off. I was not paying attention. I apologize.
That son of a bitch.
I heard Smitty rambling and everything, and then my mind just went other directions.
That's why you lose all the time. You only win when I'm not on the show.
All right, let's move on. Joe, you're the Joe, were you the last one to make the women's picks? No. Yeah.
Was it the last one to make the pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is Mario's picks.
All right. Mario has Moon winning, Naomi and Rose starting. Shortest match time, Billie Kay. Longest match time, Ruby Riott. Most eliminations, Tamina. And then a final four, Jax, Moon, Carmella, and he has an unscheduled as the other fourth as Chelsea Green.
Fucking Zack Ryder's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Did she just sign AEW? No. It was Adam
No,
Cole's,
I think
Adam Cole's girlfriend that signed AEW.
Yeah, I think Chelsea is in WWE.
Yeah, she's in
Man,
NXT. She's in
wouldn't-
NXT. She just signed NXT.
I wouldn't copy off this guy if I was trying to get a GED.
I didn't know you were a high school dropout.
Oh shit!
I'm not.
All right, what are Ramon's picks?
I learned something today.
All right. Ramon went even weirder. Apparently, Sasha's going to lose the match and then be in the Rumble because she's winning it.
I've seen her listed on some lists. Like, I was wondering that.
Yeah. So he has her winning. Vega and Natalya starting. Morgan with the shortest match time. Banks with the longest, who also had the longest match time last year. Nikki Cross with the most eliminations. Becky, Bailey, Banks, Flair as the final four.
4 horsewomen?
What?
Which, yeah,
Becky
I don't know.
Nigga, is you retarded?
Becky ended up in the match.
Becky and
either.
Banks?
This nigga's
So-
retarded.
I don't know.
Like,
He's
literally.
Thanks
I
for.
thought I made that pick.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty bad. All right,
You may just seem like Albert Einstein right now.
who?
You may just seem like Albert Einstein right
Albert. I thought he said ABBA.
He said Abbott.
now. Albert.
He said he said Abbott Einstein.
ABBA
Albert.
Einstein. He's a dancing queen. EMC squared. All right, my picks now. I have Charlotte Flair going over. The starting two, man. I feel Ember Moon will start, and I can see. No, not yet. Nikki Cross. Nikki, she wants to play. You want to play?
Yeah.
Superstar with the shortest match time. I think it's a real good call to go with Alicia Fox here, even though that she's been kind of put up. You know, not really been made the joke of anything. I could see her being with the shortest match time in this. Superstar with the longest match time, Ember Moon. And Nia Jax with the most eliminations, although I think that's starting to get old. You know, Nia just looking super strong in Rumble matches. Final four.
Big Show.
Still. Final four. I have Charlotte. I'm going to have Carmella. I believe you'll also have Ruby and Mandy Rose. Although that's 3 SmackDown people. I
know you left the 50-50 booking.
Yeah, it's I got to get away from that. All right. Up next, Smitty.
Yeah, I kind of left my 50-50 booking for the 2 starters here. Well, actually, no, I didn't. I didn't. Then I left it. Then I went back to it. I have Charlotte Flair winning the Women's Royal Rumble as well. 2 women starting. Went back to my 50-50 booking because originally I had Naomi and Mandy Rose, but now I have Naomi and Ember Moon.
Okay.
Shortest match time, I went with Alicia Fox. Yeah, I went black on a lot of this match here.
What a surprise.
Longest match time, Ember Moon. Most eliminations. I still think I'm going to stick with Nia Jax because she's like she's the women's Big Show, Kane of the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And my final 4, I got Charlotte Flair, Zelina Vega, Ember Moon, and Ruby Riott.
All right. Daniel.
All right, I'm gonna go. I literally made these picks in the last like 3 minutes because I was sitting here staring at this the whole podcast. So I'm gonna go Flair winning. I'm gonna have Vega and Moon start it. Lana with the shortest match time. Moon with the longest. Jax with the most eliminations. And I'm thinking final is gonna be Flair, Moon, Bliss, Carmella.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you. I'm taking out Mandy and putting in Bliss.
See, I literally flipped the coin on Vega and Bliss.
Yeah, I forgot she was in the fucking match, even though I mentioned it right when we fucking kicked this off. So yeah, my final four: Charlotte, Ruby, Carmella, Bliss. Next are Jess's picks. Jesse. Is he sleeping?
Wake the fuck up, bitch.
Sorry. No. I'm here.
He's literally the
Sorry,
kid that just got woke up.
I should scribble and change.
He just got 5 more minutes, Mom.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm going Moon as the winner. Starting 2 is going to be Ember Moon, and Ruby Riott. Shortest match time, Billie Kay. Longest match time, Ember Moon. Most eliminations, I am going to say Nia. And final 4, Carmella, Ember Moon, Charlotte, and Bliss.
All right. Z's picks are Charlotte to go over, Dana and Ruby to start, Lana with the shortest match time, Ruby with the longest match time, Nia Jax with the most eliminations, and the final 4 are Ruby, Nia, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair.
I want to switch my longest time to Bailey.
Okay.
Because if they're going with the you guys had the whole Iron Man
listen.
You guys going with the whole Iron person thing. Bailey's been kind of the Iron Woman of WWE lately, so I'm gonna go with Bailey for the longest time now.
Okay.
I think you guys just gonna out edge Ember because I think she's gonna come in.
Okay. Up next are the announce table destruction,
which means I'm gonna switch Ember from Ember to Bailey as well for starting 2.
Okay. So give us your picks again.
So the 2 to start are gonna be Naomi and Bailey.
Okay.
And Bailey's gonna have the longest time.
All right. Announce table destruction. Joe and Mario are leading us off. So Joe, your choices.
Say English, Spanish, destroyed, other not.
All right. What are Mario's picks?
He's going exactly the opposite. English and Spanish, survive, other destroyed.
Weird.
Bitch.
What are Ramon's?
Ramon is going English, Spanish, destroyed, others survive.
All right. I'm going to go with English destroyed, Spanish, and other survive. Smitty.
I think the English tape is only going to get destroyed, and that's because Shane's old now, and he's not going to try to jump too far to hit that leap of faith.
All right. Daniel.
I have Spanish destroyed, the other 2 surviving.
All right. Dez.
I have English and Spanish destroyed, others surviving.
All right. Nick.
English and Spanish are destroyed, and the others surviving.
Okay. And that leads up to Z. Z has the English being destroyed and Spanish and other surviving. And Jess?
English destroyed, Spanish, and others survive.
All right. Next is the unscheduled appearances. Here's the deal. There's 10. 10. You can pick 10 people. Any tag team counts as 2. 5 points for each person.
Fuck.
Yeah? Did you only pick 5?
I did.
Yeah, that's funny. So 10 people that you can pick. 5 points for each person that you get correct. Ramon and myself are leading this off. So what are Ramon's picks?
All right, Ramon went with, I'm sure, something crazy. Let's see here. Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, Batista, Bray Wyatt, Rhea Ripley, Lars Sullivan, Velveteen Dream, Dolph Ziggler, Heath Slater, and what everybody is thinking is going to happen but isn't, Kenny Omega.
His contract's not over.
Yeah, his contract's not up to the third, but they could do something. He say Heath Slater?
Yeah.
Slater hasn't been announced.
Yeah. Okay, so let me also give you guys everyone that's been announced. For the men's Royal Rumble, John Cena, Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose.
Question mark with John Cena, by the way.
Still announced. Yeah. John Cena, Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Drew McIntyre, Kofi Kingston, Big E, Xavier Woods, Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin, Elias, Jinder Mahal, Jeff Hardy, Bobby Lashley, Titus O'Neil, Andrade, Rey Mysterio, Mustafa Ali, and R-Truth. So none of those people can be used in any unscheduled appearances because they're scheduled. For the women, Natalya, Bayley, Ember Moon, Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan, Mickie James, Alicia Fox, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Zelina
She's a
Vega,
pussy eater.
Charlotte Flair, Naomi, Tamina, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, Dana Brooke, Lana, Nia Jax, Nikki Cross, and Carmella. So again, none of those people are able to be put on as unscheduled appearances. And so now it's my pick. And I have a few right off the bat. Kevin Owens. I have EC3, Aleister Black. I have the Usos, so that's 2 picks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nikki Cross, I have listed. And that was literally all I could come up with even this entire time. I've been looking at everything and trying to figure out who else could possibly be in this. And
Did you take Nikki Cross?
yeah.
She's listed.
She's scheduled.
Did I? Oh yeah. Fuck.
Cross is scheduled.
Yeah. I don't know why I wrote that then, because I was looking at that, and then I fucking said it. I'm an idiot, everybody.
Idiot.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I'm a dumbass. All right. So, well, that just fucked me even further. Maurice.
Are you just looking at the main roster or are you looking at NXT rosters as well?
I was looking at the NXT roster as well.
Look at the NXT UK roster.
I was thinking Rhea Ripley. I was thinking she's a possibility to show up. I am gonna, yeah, Rhea. But I wonder if like Rhea and Tony.
See,
Tony's super over.
Once again, I flipped the coin on those two as well.
I want to write both. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 2 fucking more to pick. Jesus goddamn Christ! What the fuck is going on with me? Ty Dillinger.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep, I know. That's why I picked it. And who else was announced? Lars Sullivan was announced.
That's a call up. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Lars just because if they are doing the whole Cena thing and him at WrestleMania, it's very possible that, and with Cena's injury, it's very possible the reason they get him out is by putting Lars in there to do something against him. So yeah, so my 10, Kevin Owens, EC3, Aleister Black, Jimmy and Jay Uso, Maurice, Rhea Ripley, Tony Storm, Ty Dillinger, and Lars Sullivan. Up next is Smitty.
All right, so this is one I thought about when I looked up who was already in the match, and I already had this kind of in my head already. So I have Nikki Bella, Tony Storm, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Lita. I picked 5 women, 5 men.
Okay.
Then I have Velveteen Dream, Lars Sullivan, Pete Dunne, Ricochet, Braun Strowman, and EC3.
All right. Daniel.
All right. I went with Wyatt, Dream, EC3, Lars Sullivan, the Usos, Eric Young, Pete Dunne, Ty Dillinger, Braun Strowman.
All right. Dez.
I have Pete Dunne, Tyler Bates, Eric Young, Killian Dane, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Shayna Baszler, Rhea Ripley, Braun Strowman, and Chelsea Green.
All right. Nick.
All right. So, question on this.
Yeah.
Can it be like a celebrity? Like that's just, oh, look who's here.
Yeah, it could be a celebrity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Like
not a manager.
who's the fucking chick that always does it for the E network?
Maria Menounos.
Yeah, Menounos.
I've got Jon Stewart.
Okay.
One of the Phoenix Coyote hockey players. Can I make it vague like that? Because I'm not really.
Let's go to our judges. PW scorecards.
A Phoenix Coyote hockey player.
Is that possible, Daniel?
Okay. I mean, it's possible, but you need to name a Phoenix Coyote.
Fuck.
And we will only count the celebrities if they are acknowledged on television in some capacity.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's
What are
scratch
not the team?
Let's scratch the Phoenix Coyote. We'll put EC3.
Okay.
I've got the B team. So that counts as 2.
Yep.
Matt Hardy.
Okay.
Sami Zayn. Braun, because he's not on the list, is scheduled.
Correct.
Trish, Lita, and Nikki Bella.
Okay. Up next is Joe.
All right, I got Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Tony Storm, Dolph Ziggler, Rhino, Heath Slater, EC3, Lars Sullivan, and then I got Matt Riddle and Rob Van Dam, and they're going to smoke a fatty in the middle of the ring.
That's pre-show shit, brother.
All right. What are Mario's unscheduled picks?
All right. Mario's all over the board here. He has Lars Sullivan, Shayna Baszler, Jessamine Duke, The Rock, Paige, Velveteen Dream, EC3, Pete Dunne, Eric Young, Nikki Bella.
All right. What does Jesse have?
I have
Wake up.
Aiden English, Zack Ryder,
Aiden English?
Matt Hardy.
Yes,
Yep.
Mr. Guerrero.
You can't.
You can't pick English.
Yeah, he's announced as he's now a 205 Live announcer.
But he still performs on SmackDown Live.
Doesn't matter.
Unless he shows up in the Rumble, in which case then he's a performer. But I highly doubt that.
Yeah, because if he's going to be there doing commentary for the Fatal 4-Way match.
Yeah, but he's still announced on the website as still a competitor of SmackDown Live.
Okay, so if you want to run, then yeah, Daniel said it. If he's not in the Rumble, there's no points for that.
Right. Yeah. I'm clearly choosing Aiden English surely for the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
All right. So Aiden English, Zack Ryder, Matt Hardy, Lars Sullivan, Dolph Ziggler, Sunil Singh, EC3, Kevin Owens, Otis Dozovic.
Yeah.
And oh yeah.
Pretty lady.
Wait, baby. And everyone's favorite, Ellsworth.
All right.
He went all the beef, huh?
James Ellsworth. Z obviously did the
Ellsworth C16.
The normal. I wasn't paying attention. I'm only going to pick 5 out of 10. He picked Heavy Machinery, Velveteen Dream, Adam Cole, and Aleister Black. I will see if he wants to put 5 more down. I did notice it until we were going over this, so I'll send him a text. If that's so, I will let everyone know what it is later. If that's okay by you guys.
For sure.
All right.
Ask PWS scorecards for a fill-in for unscheduled because they'll probably be on camera. And I'm sure they'll be like, oh, look, the PWS scorecards team is sitting in the stands.
They're going to be, you guys are going to be there, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
How are you fucking planning on keeping up with the scorecard? And so, yeah, I can't help you guys this time. Like, I guess I can. I'll have it on.
Awake.
How are you gonna do this? Like, are you guys close?
I have no fucking idea.
It's gonna be a fun one.
I mean, I do a lot of live events. Like we've done, 4 or so over the past year. It's only the actual Royal Rumble matches themselves that I am concerned with.
Right. Like I know I'm going to be drunk by those times doing this event. No.
I will.
Yeah, it's a lot of note taking to figure this out. I might actually, prior to the Rumble, post that we will not be posting Rumble results till after the show's over, but all the other matches will do. I don't really know. I'll see.
Ooh, baby. God damn.
The other thing is, because it's in the baseball stadium, we have a rough idea of what our visibility is to the ring, but I really have no idea what it actually is.
Yeah, so like, where are you guys? Like, cause it shows where the stage and the ramp and everything is to the ring. Where are you guys like located?
We're above the ramp, like behind that dugout.
Oh, okay. So you have a pretty good view.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming yes.
Allegedly, you should allegedly have a pretty good view.
Well, I mean, either way, you could still take. Your tablet or something and throw on the pay-per-view and stream it. I mean,
I'm not going to be the guy watching the pay-per-view on my phone while I'm in the arena.
Be that fucking guy. Just be like, I have a scorecard I need to maintain. Here, you should download one next pay-per-view. Boom.
Why can't you get your shit together and just help us? For fuck's sake.
But I mean,
yeah, whatever.
The show's taking a little bit of a turn.
Desert Savagery 2.
No.
Just 0.
All right. So, guys, any final words for us let's start with Daniel. Final words for your opponent, Smitty. You shit talking?
I'm not even going to shit talk this one because I got my ass handed to me last time.
No, what are you talking about? You
beat Mikey.
Yeah, you and Des were the only ones that won.
You beat Mikey and Des beat Z.
I'm thinking of the last pay-per-view where Jesse kicked my ass. I'm sorry. Wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm on a bad streak then because Jesse beat me.
Yeah. Oh.
Look, Z beat me too, but I don't give a shit. It's you guys. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the fuckers in the room with me.
Damn, he just shit
I'm
talks
very
you right
confident I'm winning this. I am just not going to exude too much confidence out loud because I don't want to...
Look, your butthole, just like Mario's butthole, is mine this time.
See?
I just heard something about your butthole. What did you say?
Yeah, exactly. Mr. I'm not gay is all talking about taking everyone's butthole.
Yeah, because I'm a prison rapist. I'm only gay for the stay, bitch.
Damn.
Oh my god.
At least he admitted he was gay finally. Jesus Christ.
Hey, it's all men's in there. They ain't gonna let me have no woman. Somebody give me some booty.
Speaking of women, Des. Do you have any choice words for Nick, the new guy?
I hope Maniac gets you.
I guess, like I said to you last time, good luck. I hope we both do well. I'm not going to shit talk either because...
Where's that goddamn savage we had all show?
My aerial move take last time, I done fucked up and screwed myself over.
Nick,
but you beat Z.
Nick, are you feeling any type of
I
anger?
know, but I'm still getting a bunch of shit for all my aerial moves.
What you're learning here is
no. You bring that savagery. You better bring that fucking demon.
Our asses handed to us, and then we have to backtrack, and that's not very pretty.
No. You bring that minstrel demonry that is the woman inside of you to this competition.
So I have a question then, since no one else is.
I understood like 3 out of those 12 words you just said.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
So since no one else's opponents are here, I have to ask this. If you guys win this, then we're 1-1. Like if 3 of you guys take, if it's automatic 1-1, are we going back at it for WrestleMania?
Damn straight we are.
Best of 3 match.
Okay, here's my struggle with Mania. I don't know if I want to do it for Mania. We're also going to be there. And that's going to be a shit show.
Yeah, that's a lot of wrestling.
But I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Well, again, I mean, you're filling out your own scorecards, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true.
You got no excuse.
You don't even have to
what's
be
the
on the
lead up?
show for the picks. If you
No,
guys are
up
going
or
to be,
shut up.
Pay-per-view.
what'd you
What's
say,
the lead
Dan?
up pay-per-view? Fastlane?
Yeah.
Fastlane. So you got Eliminator Chamber Fastlane before Mania.
All right. Here's what I'll say. If we win this, we should do Mania. But I think we should do Mania weekend, including the G1 Supercard.
Whoa.
I agree.
Oh, shit.
Advantage.
Because we'll be there too, so might as well fucking do it.
All right, I'm in. If you guys win, it's automatic rubber match for WrestleMania weekend, including NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, G1 Supercard at Madison Square Garden between Ring of Honor and New Japan, and WrestleMania on the Sunday. I'm in. Joe's in. Smitty, you in?
Oh, my dick is hard for this one.
Cool. Nick, are you in?
For watching you.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my dick's hard for fucking somebody over.
I can't talk too much shit, because this is my first pro wrestling scorecard attempt. So, I mean,
That's right,
I could totally shit the bed. You know what I mean?
Right. We'll figure it out.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but there's no fucking way Mario's beating me. So, I mean, I'm doing my part for this one. So.
Right.
So
you do. I did my part. I did my part last time too.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to whip Ramon's ass too. So, but
See, I think we're
You said
good.
about Daniel too last time.
No, I didn't actually say. I was not pretty sure I'd beat Daniel. Daniel's actually really good. I thought even when Daniel and I first talked about it, we're like, this is going to be a really good match, and it could go either way. And then I shit the bed on the picks that I scored, the lowest.
Yeah, mine. It's gonna be a squash over here.
Right. All right, everybody who's listening, make sure this is a really long show. We're gonna get out of this fucking thing real fast. Go to PW Scorecards on Twitter at PWSCORECARDS. Download your own scorecard for NXT TakeOver Phoenix for the Royal Rumble event. You can even download an entry event, which we're going to do and post to our own social media later, because that's going to go into who is being the new or continue being the Ring Crew champion for Breaking Down the Ring. Guys, thank you so much for calling in. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Sorry, I thought we were going at really good speed when we were at Finn Balor and everything at fucking 11 o'clock, and then it just went way over than I thought it was going to be. So I apologize for holding you guys up so much.
Blame it all
I'm
on.
gonna say this now.
Blame it all on Smitty.
If we do the rubber match, we got to figure out a different way to do 3 scorecards.
I agree. We're going to have some of them in before. We'll probably just do the WrestleMania 2-page card that you guys are doing, because that's what always happens for WrestleMania. Actually blame Jesse for falling asleep.
Yeah.
And Smitty for constantly wanting to talk.
No.
Guys, again, thank you so much for calling in. And to everybody else, follow us on all of our social media at BDRcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have the event for the Royal Rumble going on in Wyandotte at Bobcat Bonnie's. The event starts at 5 p.m. If you get there before 7, fill out a scorecard, you have a chance to win NXT tickets in Royal Oak, Michigan. Hashtag NXT Detroit going on at Royal Oak Music Theater, March 3rd, 3:30 p.m. doors, 5 p.m. Start time. Guys, thank you for everyone so much for listening. Thank you to those who watch the Periscope for watching, and we are out. Yeah, we're actually out. Jesus, I am so sorry that went over.
Yeah.